automatically recording them. Sort of. No, I don't. This is going to be handy for you. For many years, I had chats with people. I never recorded them. And I'm like, duh. Honest to God. Like, because like you see afterwards, you go, oh my God, we should have recorded this. And the other person's like, yeah we should have done. And then what I did is I set up Calendly where people could book in to my calendar. And then I asked 3 questions. It was like, how did you find out about me? What is it you're trying to achieve? Actually, I then added another question. Are you okay me recording this?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So they have, before they book, you've got a yes and no.
It's pre-approved.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
And I put down, it's so that I can publish some parts to YouTube. Nowadays, I would say, back then I also said, nothing confidential would be posted.
Yeah.
And then also so what I'd also add now is I would record it and put it up as unlisted and just private between me and you if you don't want it published. Yeah. And then also I could do like capture the transcription, and they can give you the transcription. You can interrogate it with AI or whatever. So those are extra bits. I'd summarize that. And then later on, I also added, would you be willing to give me a LinkedIn testimonial if I helped you?
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So then I could always go back and say, look, would you be able to do that LinkedIn testimonial? Because they said they would. And they're like, oh yeah, okay. Now, to be honest, nobody ever flipping never does.
Yeah.
But at least I've broached the subject, and I could, if I wanted to, go back and ask for it.
Well, it's good to, I never thought about doing it like that, like getting out of the way beforehand.
Yeah.
So you never have to, but yeah, no, I just started the recording. So we are recording right now, but,
yeah.
I had been thinking about a similar thing to what you're saying, because I've been doing so many of these chats with people on LinkedIn. It just randomly. I had no like agenda. I was just like, I want to talk to people. I want to get to know. And it's been a whole like journey of self-discovery for me, and I'll go more into that later. But yeah, so I'm like, but I should probably be recording these. Like, I should probably be putting these on YouTube. Some of these are like really insightful, and people might want to listen to this stuff. And so
just put them up, even if right. So record them. I've moved from Zoom and Calendly to Google Meet, which is what you're using as well.
Yeah.
And my Google Calendar, and I'll try and figure out how to create a schedule onto Google Calendar so you can also do the same thing. And the reason is I want to move completely to the Google ecosystem, because now it's amazing. Instead of Zoom capturing the recordings and me having to download them, upload them to my Google Drive, boom, they're practically in the Google Drive. I'll get an email saying, here's the transcription, here's the thing, and I can click on them, save them to my drive. I'm like, wow, amazing. The good thing about getting Zoom, I presume, and I think Google Meet does the same, it knows who's talking because we're both logged in. If you record it with an external thing, it doesn't know who's talking. It can't put the speaker label to it. And that does help, because if you like put it into AI, it's not going to get confused about who said what.
Right.
Yeah. And then these calls, what you can do for yourself is upload them somewhere. And right, so imagine I'm a prospect and we're chatting, and you say, oh, you can do this, you can do that, and blah blah blah. I did this once. I uploaded a transcription and I said, what did we discuss and agree? And I was like, whoa. And then it said, would you like me to write an email proposal? I was like, okay. And it's like, he wrote it, and I was like, it's a bit too detailed, and I was actually make it shorter. I was like, wow, that's amazing. But there's my roadmap of what if we engage, this is what I'm actually going to do for them.
That's pretty good.
Instead of like constant. And then what I'm actually now even doing is I have a Google Sheet, because I like Excel and Google Sheets now because they're shareable with my developer, and I list all the clients in there as rows and all the columns. And some of the columns are, you know, the Google dashboard for that client. I click on it, I can open the Google dashboard. The Google Ads account, I click on it, open that. The Basecamp thread for that project for that client, open it, and I'm straight in there. I've now added like the Gemini chat that I'm having about that client. Okay, there's a link to that. And also now I'm starting to do a notebook. I'm creating a notebook.
Oh, Notebook LM.
Notebook LM, where if they pass me stuff, information like, or screen grabs or website and this and that, I just add it all into it, because it doesn't hallucinate as much. So I'm creating the notebook, and then also with the Gemini, I've realized you can add a notebook as a source to the Gemini chat, so it has access to it. But then it's a bit more, supposedly more creative, and I might ask that notebook, look, what locations did I did this earlier this week to try and test it out, and I was like, and actually, what I had to do was download the WhatsApp, export the WhatsApp conversation where we had initially got talking, did that on my phone, imported it into Notebook LM. Then I was asking, because I was like, I wasn't going to go through, what locations did he tell me he serves for this car breakdown recovery? And he says that it was between this location and that, but he got specific. It was like between Glasgow and Edinburgh, he does is where he does the breakdown recovery. But for the garage services, he just get Glasgow and districts. It would have taken me forever going through the WhatsApp to figure all that out, but the AI just pulled it out. And then I was like, okay, so what are all the locations between there and there? All the villages, towns, counties, cities. Give me the list. I was like, great. Can you export that to a Google Sheet? Boom. And now that's my input into my next step.
That's really handy. Like I never realized, and I think that's why Google is gonna have all these other companies beat, because they have the whole ecosystem. Like they have Gmail, they have, you know, they have Gemini now, they have the Notebook LM, they have, you know, all your stuff is just nice and synced into one platform.
It's good for the smaller and medium-sized businesses, but for the enterprise, I don't think they want to. They're not using Google Drive, Google Sheets and stuff. They probably using Microsoft stuff, or SharePoint and Teams, and more secure. They say it's more secure. The data is stored, whatever, I don't know. Maybe it's stored in Europe versus in the US and all that kind of stuff. So, but I'm like, over Christmas and last few months, I've been hardcore watching YouTube videos in an evening about AI and automation and all this sort of stuff. And honestly, if it's a 3-month-old video, I'm probably looking for like a 2-day-old one. It's changing that fast.
Yeah, it really is. I've been up to date on everything. The one summary I can take away from everything that I've learned so far, because I did some consulting work for clients as well, and it wasn't super, like, I don't have like a crazy pipeline going, but it was like really it was good experience for me. And the one takeaway I will say is, like, it is now easier than ever to build stuff, and like selling is the bottleneck. Like selling is the main thing I had to really accept, because in the past you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna, like, I'm gonna develop this solution and then people are gonna come to me. It's the old belief of, like, if you build it, they will come. And then now it's like, well, now that everyone can technically build a solution, you need to, like, get really good at persuading people to buy your stuff.
I would say it's not quite like that. It's you're not trying to persuade them to buy your stuff. You're trying to build the stuff they will buy.
Yes. Yeah. Or more like, what's that one quote? It's customers, they don't want a drill that drills a 3-inch hole. They just want a 3-inch hole. Like, something like that.
Yeah. But they don't buy a drill. They want a hole in the wall. But actually, they don't want a hole in the wall. Think about it. They want a picture frame of their family up on the wall. Nobody wants a hole in the wall, do they?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, what's the why behind the why? So I think that's a great phrase, but it's kind of missing. It's missing a little bit. So next time you hear someone say that, you can go, ha. They don't want the hole in the wall. They want to hang a picture frame or a TV or something. And you go, well, why are you hanging it? That's perfect for a projector to display. Well, I didn't even know that was a solution. There you go. So you don't even need a drill, do you?
That's the end goal.
Yeah. So honestly, that is what it's kind of all about. And I've been chatting to my eldest son, who's thinking of going to college, maybe doing computer science with AI and whatnot. And I'm saying, I'm kind of worried about the computer science course, if it's 3-year-long course, if you're just doing the science of it, because you're becoming like a member of the orchestra, get really good at, but actually nowadays you could be the conductor, getting all the bits of the orchestra to do the thing, and your vision of whatever, not actually not a conductor, like you're composing the thing. And so we went and walked the dog and we had a chat about it, and I said, right, so like, because we were watching YouTube videos of people just coding apps with no coding experience. They made an app and making it, and making a bit of money. It's like, right, often what they're doing is, oh, that app is making money. I can see on X, there's a building public, some guy saying he's making XYZ amount per month. So they just kind of clone it. I said, I don't really like, there's a bit, something not right about that.
It feels like a commodity. It's all, there's something wrong with that. Like I've seen it too. And I'm like, that seems like weird. I'm so skeptical about copy an app and then it's successful. Like I don't.
Yeah. So, but that's going to happen. That's going to happen 100%. Other people are going to copy what they can see. They can see the app. They can see the front end, have a guess at what's going on the back end. What they can't copy necessarily is what they're saying, the distribution, the marketing, the way you're making sales, right? What they have piggybacked off is building something that people will buy. And that's why these people do this. They go, oh, that's proven, that's validated. There's people already buying, so therefore there's people want to buy this stuff. It was funny because he got his phone out and went, oh no, there's something already for that. And I was like, good. And he's like, no, it's terrible.
There's demand for it. Like you should go and do it. Yeah, definitely got to have good marketing behind it. I fell into this weird zone recently, and I had a realization. So I'm approaching the end of college here. I've got a semester left, but I majored in marketing, so I wasn't a CS student or anything. But I had taught myself code before AI, because that was my idea. I'm like, okay, I'll like just teach myself how to code, and then I'll, we'll go to college because that's what my parents want me to do, and it'll end up okay. And then AI hit and everything exploded. Sorry, there's like a fire alarm going on upstairs.
What is that?
It's a smoke alarm. It means dinner's ready.
Oh, that's it. Oh no.
But yeah, so I would personally say for your son, I have friends in CS. I'm friends with engineers. And I would say if you're gonna go into CS, go into like something like really like deep and narrow. Machine learning is super popular, so like the science behind how these systems work, like matrices and like linear algebra, all this stuff that I don't personally, I only get on a surface level. Transformers and stuff. That's the kind of stuff that I think most people in computer science are moving towards. But
to be honest, that stuff would worry me if he was to do that techie and hardcore the operating system kind of level.
Yeah,
because I think it's just getting higher. It's getting to the point. I'm watching videos. I've installed WhisperFlow.
I've seen this,
yesterday, and I've only used it the once. I've seen videos of people coding just by talking to the keyboard. Touching hold two keys down on the keyboard, talk to the mic, tell the app, right, I'll need you to do this, that, the next thing, and then they actually say the actual file that they needed amended. Update this file with like obviously they know, they have a vision of what they're trying to do, but then now they're talking to it. And one guy, he clearly knows, he's a developer, knows his stuff. He's saying, I am like 3 times more productive by talking and typing. Which means I can either get it done in a third time, or in the same time I can add so much more context and detail about what I want. And he's off just doing that, and I'm just literally reading stuff from lots of top engineers, software engineers in the world, changing their mind about AI coding from even just 6 months ago. Going, because Claude, that was it. ChatGPT 5.2, even that from 5.1 to 5.2 is just such a big difference. It's leapfrogged Gemini 3 for coding, and these things, it's just getting exponentially faster, it seems. So if it was to do 3 years of learning how search works, and it's all this sort of stuff,
it'll already be outdated by the time.
It'll be outdated, but like, what's his actual end goal? Come out and be a cog in a wheel? Or and he sees what I do. He sees I work from home. He sees I have clients. He sees me swanning about, doing on a call, with a prospect or a client, throwing the ball for the dog out the front in the green or whatever.
That's awesome, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. But he sees all that and he's like, yeah, that's kind of cool actually. And so does the 15-year-old and the 13-year-old. He's too busy playing Roblox at the minute. Doesn't really appreciate it. But he sees his mum going to work, hating it. He's me just kind of floating around watching YouTube videos about AI, they're like, Dad and AI, oh my God, he's always about AI, whatever. And then also sees me changing my mind quite a lot about stuff. Oh, I've set up a course.
Yeah.
No, I'm shutting it down now. I'm doing this. No, I'm not doing that anymore, because like I've gone down the route and went, I don't like where it's going. I'm going to come back and rethink and then go off slightly different. And you don't have that freedom to do that.
Yeah.
When you're working for someone else, it's like, do that even if you think it's dumb.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
do it this way.
I'd say I'm at a juncture. I have a sort of a life thing that's about to happen. So, about to finish college, and I'm like,
Yep.
I've been doing this stuff with the clients for a while, and I could keep going with it, but the problem is I'd be stuck at here, my parents' place, or I could maybe just take a job for like a year or two, like get inside the industry, learn from within, while also escaping this place. And that's kind of my current dilemma.
Okay, so and what is the work you're actually doing for clients at the minute?
I had been doing it was mainly just custom solutions. Like, it wasn't any particular niche. Like, I had been talking to like financial advisors. I built something for one of those guys. And actually another one wants to talk to me soon. But it wasn't for a lot of money. That's the thing. I wasn't able to charge that much. And then I had also talked to insurance agents, potential interest from um, potential interest from an old optometrist practice I used to work at. I was thinking you could charge them a good bit of money because they probably pull in a lot of revenue. Um, and I was trying to figure out how do I get more expensive clients. That was the big thing I couldn't figure out. And I was like, do I need to first earn goodwill, like trust, to be able to do that? And um, I don't know, but I got lost somewhere in translation. Like, I didn't know what the next steps were.
Right.
Like I was able to close a few people, but it wasn't like any particular like one niche, and it
That's
wasn't.
okay. It's okay, not because right. So it's like you have to kiss a lot of frogs, or you have to say yes
Yeah.
to start, and then you say no to scale. Right. So you say yes to everything to start. Then you start realizing, oh my God, this type of business is so hard to deal with. Yeah. Like maybe dentists, you just can't get them on the phone because they're always they're literally, head and hands in somebody's mouth, very hard to get hold of. Or these guys are really hard to get hold of. Or these kind of people just don't pick up the phone, or you can't speak to the business owner, whatever. But like, so you say yes to loads of people and then you work with them. And then I always laugh and say, it's like there's a revolving door at the front of our business. People come in and then they churn, and then you're always constantly dealing and like fighting fires, or the ones where it's not working. And then you just kind of quietly look up and go, oh, hold on. There's a stack of happy customers who have stayed month after month after month. And it's not like I've taken my eye off the ball. The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Right.
I'm spending my time with the new customers and it doesn't work. So I keep spending all my time with the stuff that doesn't work. But meanwhile, slowly, month after month, there's clients who stay for years quietly and like, actually, are you even alive, lads? Because like I send messages every week, a report, and nobody replies. And I see them on LinkedIn post something like, oh, you're still alive. That's good. And they're just quietly paying whatever, 500 a month, 1,000 a month.
That's pretty good.
You've set stuff up. Set stuff up a while ago, and their business is not just right. So sometimes it's the industry, sometimes it's the size of the business. For instance, like if they've got another van on the road, right? So they have an employee, they've already figured out to delegate. Their mindset is like, oh, I can't do everything, I'm going to hire someone. Oh, I can't do everything, I'm going to hire somebody to do that part as well. So they're in a sort of slightly different mindset from somebody who's just got one van out on the road. But I was chatting to quite a few marketing agency owners I know. They say it's just down to the business owner sometimes, whether they're a control freak or not, or a penny pinching or not. They're like, want to invest in it. They see the value in what you do or not. So my advice would be, don't worry about saying yes to lots of different things when you're getting going.
Okay.
Because eventually you'll look at it and go, oh God, especially if you keep it, like I keep a Google sheet for all the clients. Like I said, I have a row for every client. When they stop being a client, I just drag the row below a line that says paused or lapsed. I've got one for paused and one for lapsed. And then I can look through all the lapsed ones and go, whoa, what was I doing dealing with that niche? It was never going to work. And I can look at all the niches that it's just never worked. And then I look at the ones that are still live. I go, whoa, I've got like, 4 drainage guys. I've got 4 external cleaning guys. What have they all got in common? It's kind of like man with a van, like sort of thing. They don't, for instance, if someone comes to me and they're like, oh, I've got a marketing background and I'm also doing this, roofer and a marketing background, that's often not going to work because they'll see how I do stuff and they'll be like, oh, it's okay, we'll take it from here now.
Yeah, they'll run.
Versus the guy who's like, Andy, I hate all this stuff. And I can hear that he's parked up on the side of the road, cars going past, he's on his phone. And these guys, I can't get them to use Basecamp. They just WhatsApp me all the time. And I keep like, oh, can you add this to Basecamp so my developer can see? We have a history. Like, oh, I forgot.
Slack. It's not going to work.
Yeah, but that demographic or whatever it is, that persona works better for what I do because they're not trying to like figure out what I do so they can do it for themselves and then other clients eventually. They just want it done.
This is something I was actually wondering about. I was like, should I talk to people who already get it so we can talk in the same language?
Yep.
Or should I talk to people who don't get it at all because they need the most help?
Right. I almost brought it up before and then I forgot. You said sales, you have to persuade people. A great line I heard a business consultant here in Ireland. He said, sales is a screening process. It's a screening process. You're trying to find the people who see the value in what you do and not the cost. They don't just see the cost, right? So the screening process is you want people who are like, you do what? Oh my God, that would be brilliant. Yeah. Not, what is that? No, don't understand. And you have to spend all your time trying to convince them, persuade them. And then also the ideal is you attach it, right? This is the other, I don't know where to pick this one up. Like your market is not a demographic. It's not like all the dentists in this location. That's a demographic.
Right.
It's all the people already spending money on something that indicates they're willing to spend money to solve the problem you can solve. Maybe they're spending money on make.com to try and link stuff up, but they can't figure it out. Okay. But they're already spending money on it. Yeah, they're already convinced this is something they should be doing in their business, or they're spending money on some other tool. Okay. To like, right. For me, I do Google Ads for businesses. If they're already spending money on Google Ads and it's not giving them a return and they come through to me, it's like, oh my God, I don't have to convince them about hiring somebody they're already, I've been spending $5,000 a month, but we're only getting like 3 calls a month. I'm like, let's have a look at what you're doing. Okay. And if my fee is like 500 or $1,000 a month, but I could save them X, they're already spending the money.
It's the ROI.
So for me, it's more, I don't try and convince anyone anything. It's like, it's not a convincing process for me, which frees me up to just be a techie and chat and go, hey, let's go. It'll be like, Aidan, let's just hop on a call. You can show you a screen and blah. And then I just like, oh, so how's business? Right, we'll chat. It'll be like, oh, nice cat. Like, where are you? What time is it where you're at? Do you have to run off and pick up the kids or anything? No. Okay, cool. So let's just chat there. So anyway, so how's things going? How was your Christmas? Did the weather? Blah, blah, blah. And then I'll just segue in and go, anyway, so how's business going? And I'll just shut up and they go, well, because just to break the ice a little bit. Then it's like, how's business going? And let them have the floor. And they go, because they have something in mind. That's why they wanted to get on a call with you. Well, we've been doing this, we're doing that, blah, blah, blah. And then they give you the whole history. Sometimes it's like, it feels like they just wanted to rant and vent at someone for a bit. And then this agency said this, and they need to do that. And I've seen nothing for the last 3 months and blah, blah, blah. And they don't even send an email to tell us what's going on. Okay. And then I'll chat a little bit about that. I'd never try and put down another agency. Be like, it could be that this, and Google does try and push people to do that, blah, blah. Anyway, why don't we just have a quick look at your account, have a look at the account. And I know now I do this, I do this, do this, do this. A few things go right as expected. Most of you on mobile, good, that's this. And oh dear, that's a bit of a problem. Let's look at your search terms. And then I show them their bleeding neck where they're losing money. So you do carpet cleaning, but this is like snow plow removal. You spent 50 quid last month on snow removal. We don't do that. It's like, well, that's wasted money, isn't it? So And what I liken it to being, if you went in to get your car fixed, and then a guy in the oil, oil on, he's rubbing oil off his hand in his blue overalls. He goes, mate, your XYZ, that's like, it's on its legs. You really need to get that replaced as well. You'd be like, oh crap, really? Whereas if the salesman come over with his nice shirt and tie and he said, look, your thing's not working, you need to get that fixed, you'd be like, okay. You trust the techie. You trust the techie. All right. So do you need to go get your dinner?
1 second. Yeah.
Sorry. I'm gonna put the food and the dinner in the fridge, but there's chicken, broccoli, and potatoes in the container in the fridge.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, just my mom.
That's just your mum. Don't.
Yeah.
So good old mum. So by it not being a sales pitch, I can be a techie. It's just a screening process. I can show them where they're losing money, or where they could save money.
I'm writing this stuff down. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think that's a really good way to, because yeah, you inherently distrust the salesperson. Like no one wants to be sold to, but if you're the person who's like, in the trenches, then they're going to trust that person.
It's like going to the doctors.
Yeah.
You trust them.
Yeah.
And then they're just going to diagnose what's up. And then they say, right, and this is what I do. I go, right, the reason you're losing money is because of this. You really should set it up like this. Hold on. And then I kind of open up one of my brother-in-law's account. I go, this is kind of how you need to set it up. You see why it works better. And they go, oh, I see. Yeah, you're right. Okay. And then I go, right, so this is like I said, what you need to do is X, Y, and Z.
Right.
You're welcome to go away and do that yourself. We do that. We can do that for you. I kind of don't even need to say that. I don't even need to say that at the end. At the end, I kind of want to go, anyway, good luck. See ya, bye. And bugger off kind of thing. Like, who is that masked man kind of do? What happened? What? Yeah, exactly. What the hell happened? Right.
Yeah.
And they're like, who is that guy? And let them try and catch me for a go sort of thing. And I can tell when it's like, what's involved if we were to blah, and then I go, oh, okay, well, and then I know from experience they don't like to be tied into long-running contracts.
Right.
They want lots of communication to know what's going on. And I go, right, look. So I then say, look, my recommendation is we do it for a month. I don't tie people into long-running contracts. So I recommend we just start with a month and see how it goes, because I think we can help you because of if it went to that, but maybe I don't. Maybe it doesn't work very well. So I set expectations there. But our process is, so I don't guarantee results. I guarantee we'll follow a process. The process is this. I don't quite say it like that, but I say, look, this is what we'll do. And I mention, and if it hasn't worked out, or it doesn't look like it's going to work out, then, we just part company, that's grand. But you'll get a weekly report on how things are going, and you'll get copious amounts of whenever we log in and check stuff, we'll be posting what we're seeing, making changes, and having a big old log. I do that. I say, jokingly, I've got a bad memory, so I'll forget what I've done. So I will just be updating that. It will almost be too much for you. You don't have to read it all, is what I kind of say. Because I know that they're like, oh, the last lot, they never even spoke to us, blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, well, we're going to have too much stuff. You don't have to read it all. But there'll be a lot of activity, a lot going on. Obviously, the market doesn't pay for activity, but want to get the results for you. But like, these are the things we're going to do. And step them through it and they go, oh, okay, that makes sense. They say it, and then later on when you say what you're doing, they're like, they say it makes sense, but it doesn't quite. So I need to make it a bit simpler. But there we go. And then a good few of them sign up. And even the ones where it doesn't work, they still refer us to other people.
Really?
Yeah, because of the way we worked with them.
I see. They trust
we didn't
the person.
Yeah. We didn't tie them into a long-running contract. Sometimes they will send the invoice, they don't pay it for like a week or something. And instead of being, oh, look, well, a week's already gone, it'd be like, okay, well, we actually start, it takes like another few days before we can actually get access to the Google Ads account. Go, look, we won't start the clock ticking until we've actually built the first campaign kind of thing. And they like that. And sometimes I'll actually go, right, this will be the end of month one. We'll discuss, and I say this, at the end of month one, we'll discuss whether we should continue into month 2+. If it's got the potential, hopefully you've got leads and revenue, but we're going to keep ad spend low while we dial it in and learn. I'll be back and forth with you trying to get, what did this search term mean? What does that mean? Is this a service you want to do at far away from where you are, or do you prefer the bigger ticket over? And that's all stuff they want to hear. Okay, so you're going to hear us, you're going to listen to us, you're going to dial it in with what we say, you can have good communication. And then, so even if it doesn't work, they can see the effort that's gone into it and all the communication, and they're happy to refer other people to us, knowing that we'll treat them the same way.
Right.
Yeah. So people think that, oh, it needs some massive guarantee or reversal or blah. It's like, oh, and then, yeah, sometimes they do go, look, we'll go over a couple of weeks, we'll do another couple of weeks to try and make it work. Sometimes even another month, not charge. Look, and I'll just say, this bugs me. I haven't figured it out. Close. Let me just run it. Keep it going. That's instead of saying, oh, we can pay half. Or you can pay, at the beginning, if I'm prepared to do that in my head, I know I'm prepared to do it, but I don't say it up front. So later on, I'll just do that and go, look, I'll do a couple of more weeks because I think a couple more weeks data, we might be able to figure this out. And so they can see that I'm actually invested in it as well and trying to make it work.
I see.
I hope that's helping you. So on the subject.
It's great. I do have a few questions actually
Go on,
that I wrote down while you were talking. So first off, I'd say one of the main things that I was thinking about when you were talking, I was trying to do the automation consulting for clients, right? But it's such a broad term, and I'm not able to very easily prove ROI, except for time saved. I can like technically say, oh, you saved X amount of time, that saves you X amount of dollars, but that's not like an emotional thing. Like bringing in new leads that's more revenue, that's more growth, that's
sexier, isn't it? Making money is sexier than saving money.
Yeah, exactly. It's inherent. It's a lot harder to convince people to like save time. And I was wondering, like, in addition to that, is Google Ads still a good thing to get into? Like, is it still a reliable thing, would you say?
Okay, first off, that you can reframe the automation as helping them make more money by your current number of staff can deal with twice as many inbound whatevers or twice as many procedures. They just have to do the check and approval, but the AI has helped them do all that. Like, instead of spending 3 hours getting all the data together and put it into the forms and blah, it's done it for them. So they just go, yes, that's correct. Right. So you can sell it as like, you can deal with more. You can scale your practice, double it, have double and with the same admin staff. What you want is for them to go ka-ching, ka-ching. Whoa, hold on. Yeah, you want to see them like selling the aha moment. You tell them something, they go, oh. Actually they do it this. They go, that's what you're looking for, is where they go, oh, hold on. That's where they're like, oh, money, or whatever it is. They're like, that thing I've always wanted to do, maybe I could get it done now. That's what you're looking for. And like, keep a note of that, of how you got there and how you phrased it, because then you try and do it the next time you're chatting to someone. You get them that little turn of phrase, the way you say it. Like that's why, like in the forum or wherever, I've got so many of them because I've been chatting to so many people. That's one thing. The other thing is Google Ads, I think, still works really well.
Really?
Okay. People still Google for something.
That's so true. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, okay, I have not gone to a website and read an article in months from Google, because I'm just into Gemini now. I chat to it. Hey, and I dictate, hey, Gemini, and I don't say, hey, Gemini, I need to do blah, 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 and it gives me the answer. And then, or the snippet at the front of Google gives me the answer. But once I get down into something, it might tell me to go and check out various softwares. And then I go to Google and actually have a look at the website for the software. So I do end up on the websites, but it's like kind of recommended from AI. But that's me with information searches, or how do I do X, Y, Z? Like, I can't get WhatsApp. How do I export the chat from WhatsApp? You can't do it on the desktop. Shit, I didn't know that. You can do it on your phone. Oh, bollocks, I have to do it on my phone now, right? But when it comes to like, I want to find a plumber.
That's right. Yeah.
I go to Google, plumber. Hey, it's got the map, but then it's got ads as well.
There you go.
If
Yeah.
I want a physio, right? So when I'm looking for a local service, I go to Google. I'm not going to ask Gemini because I know Google has. But I'm just used to finding and searching, and then I want to call somebody. I'm not thinking in my head. In my head at the minute, I don't see Gemini or ChatGPT as the place to go to find a local service business.
Right. Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you? Well, yeah. In addition to that, are most of your clients local service businesses? Is that mainly what it was?
Yeah. No, so I do have some that aren't, and they're. No, I don't have any e-commerce. Not got rid of. I let them all go, and I turn them away. That's what I mean by to start by saying yes to everything, scale by saying no. So now I've got a rule of like no e-commerce. He says, having picked up like an event kind of company where you can buy online, but it's not a product. It's like an event. You're looking for yoga classes in a particular location, so it's a mixture. You know, it's like, oh, is this local Legion or not? That's why I've let that one slip through the cracks, not the cracks, through the filter. Right. So, yes, I like local service businesses. That I like tradesmen, like working with tradesmen, but local service businesses. If you look at the yellow pages, how many different types of categories are there? There's dental practices, there's concierge doctors, there's lawyers, lawyers, we call them solicitors, lawyers, there's estate agents, real estate agents, there's all the trades. There's so many. Just go to the yellow pages or Yelp or whatever it is over there, and you just look at all the categories and go, yeah, there's a load, and think about how much money goes to those from consumers and other businesses. It's just loads of money going to them. Car mechanics. I've got like a client, like I said, just started building campaigns yesterday. Car breakdown recovery. Yeah, you're not going to go to Gemini when you're stranded.
Right. Yeah.
You're going to go Google it. It's like breakdown recovery near me or breakdown recovery Glasgow, wherever you happen to be. You're going to go to the website. Yeah, Glasgow. Ring. Hey, can you come out? You know, it's kind of, that's why I like that stuff. It's slightly emergency. You know, drainage, your drain's blocked. You're not doing that search for fun.
Right.
You're not doing breakdown recovery search for fun. You're not doing a search for an immigration lawyer for fun or a divorce lawyer for fun. Yeah. And also, you're not going to post up on Facebook, hey, does anyone know a good divorce lawyer?
Right. No one's going to say that.
Yeah. Whereas Google's anonymous.
Right.
Yeah. So tons of searches like that. I think it will be like that for a long while. And even if Google, less people use it, Google, they're going to be searching on something else. It's
going to be something else. Yeah.
They still want to find somebody local to do a particular service, so it will go somewhere else if it goes from Google. But I think Google's smart. They're smart enough to kind of cannibalize their own revenue before someone else does.
Right.
You know, almost put themselves out of business before the competitor does.
Yeah.
But the competitor isn't another search engine. It's kind of these AI.
So MJ said something like this before, and it's like if you're gonna bet, you know, if you're gonna have to bet on any company to do your business with, like if you have to build the foundations of your business off of any other company, make sure it's like a giant one. Like make sure it's like JP Morgan. Make sure it's Google. Don't bet on the new flashy thing. Bet on the thing that's been around forever.
Yeah, and the other thing to think about Google is like, was it 200 billion revenue a year?
Right.
Most of it's search, maybe 60%. I don't know that exact number. 60%. Let's just say half of it's search. I believe they have 10,000 PhDs work for them.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Hello, and like a bit slow after OpenAI got going, you know, but now they're like, I think they're going to win it because they have all the data.
Yeah,
they have YouTube. They know what they're very good at creating feedback loops. It's not just right. So you could clone an app overnight, but you don't have their data. You don't have their users. You don't have the back end or the process or the feedback loop of determining that people are actually using that section or that feature more than that, and then to like make that part easier and better if actually get rid of that part because of that having that feedback loop built in is what YouTube has. Right, so I actually have two separate channels when I log in, or accounts. One that I use for business and one I use for like non-business where I'm watching sports. Otherwise, I just, I'll just, because it's so good, it will show the football team I follow, or rugby, or whatever, boxing. It's very clever. And I believe I watched a video and a guy was talking about another company that we won't know the name of. They got millions in funding and they went bust, where it was set up by like directors and from Hollywood, and like film, really, respected people in the film industry, with actors, and they created like little short films and whatnot. But they pushed to the market what they thought the market would want, whereas YouTube are like, we'll just give the market what they want.
Yeah, I mean,
so one had the feedback loop, all the data in the feedback loop. So that's where, if two apps where one could actually die and the other wouldn't, because one is going to innovate and change to adapt to what their user base is telling them, and the other is going to try and copy them, but not actually.
Yeah, I totally agree on all fronts there. It's like you used to hear stories about they had teams of people working on short form content, basically like the process of getting people addicted to this stuff. That's why it's so insanely crazy, crazy addicting to just get like pulled into infinitely scrolling, because they had teams working with like psychologists and PhDs and develop you can't copy that. Like, I mean, you could copy a short form content platform, but you can't copy all that. It's just insane.
Back to something that was your life change. Okay, when you finish college, so you're in a really good position where you have skills, you already have a few clients, you've already believed, whoa, I can do this, versus like, I've never got a client in my life and whatnot. It's like, whoa,
I guess that's a jump. Yeah,
that is just,
it's
just stuff for you to figure out.
Yeah,
it's like, and you then go, well, you've already said, so how do I get higher paying clients? And then it might be, how do I get clients to pay monthly? Like, so it's an automatic customer every month. I have a portfolio of 10 clients and it gives me the 5K a month or 10K, whichever it is. And they're like, whoa, you got breathing space instead of chasing, for instance, web design. I do a $2,000 build. I've got to find another client to do the $2,000 build, and then make those builds bigger, but whatever. Or, I might get a drainage guy, £500 a month.
Yeah, I want that recurring.
But recurring.
Yeah.
Like, so I'll get enough of those, get enough of the external, and then I'm like at a certain baseline, and then I have my consulting clients, and then I'm like, right, okay, so I need to really get, if it's working for drainage, I need to get better at like producing results for them, and then get more of them. So that's what I'll focus on. So you could be going down that route, as well as getting a job. You could get a job doing anything, one that's close, that isn't tiring, or one that gives you skills or introduces you to people, or one that has been, or maybe you work in, like I said, maybe you actually literally work in a dental practice doing kind of admin, trying to help them to automate stuff while you're there. And maybe they even know that, like, you're not going to be there for too long, you're going to be off somewhere else. Like, so I was an IT guy 15 years. The last 10 years I was a contractor, like self-employed. Then I started picking up small Google Ads clients. They were like 200 a month, but it was really the wrong kind of folks, where 200 a month was a lot of money for them, because they literally just get started in business. It was
wrong people.
Versus some people, like I've chatted to some guy 15 minutes, I've told him what we want to do, or how I work, and he's like, right, send me an invoice. Sent him an invoice, $6,000, that he paid it within 5 minutes. It was like, what?
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah,
it was like, and that's $6,000 a month kind of thing.
Yeah,
he's just signed up, boom, and then he's off on to do the next thing. I was like, oh Jesus. But when I got started, I was picking up these small clients because I was just meeting people locally.
Right.
Like, it would be like, oh, we're thinking of doing this, why that. That's why I say yes to lots of people, and then you're like, ooh, maybe not complete startups. But then that wasn't enough to replace my contractor income. IT, I was getting 10K, 12K a month kind of thing. And I was like, told me Mrs. just before we're going to get married, I'm not going to go get another contract. She started crying, bless her. I'm going to do this Google Ads stuff. And then it was like, we need to get a mortgage for a house that we're going to get right. So then I went and got a job doing Google Ads.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I'd already been doing a bit of it. A role came up. It was like a third of like the salary of what I was used to, but it was a steady income and kind of needed to be on for a certain amount of period of time in his job to get a mortgage. I was like, right, I'll go do this for 18 months. And it was like for a company spending 120K a day on Google Ads, team of 35. I was going to be their analyst because I was an IT data dude.
Yeah.
And I'd also, when I was there, I was like, well, that was part of the interview. It's like, oh yeah, well, I've done these kind of ads for these people already. They're like, oh, right. So you're a data guy and you've already done Google Ads. And he was more like, I remember him saying the salary is X, Y, Z. And then he just sort of looked like a poker face, just looked down, knowing that I was like way lower than I was like, really? I was like, okay. But so I did it. But like, it was enough to live on. It was a big drop.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm switching from that to something else that I think is much better than looking after back office systems, databases for big corporate. I can't meet anybody at a wedding, chat to them and go, oh, hold on, what's it do? And give them any advice. Right, well, if you want your backup recovery script to work, it needs to be blah, blah. They'll be bored.
Like nobody's going to buy it. Yeah.
No, nobody, none of the right people. So, and then after that job, I got another job in a startup. So I ended up with like maybe 2.5 years where I worked as an employee, 2 different jobs. And then while that was happening, I was getting more clients on the side because I was able to, and it was all related. And then when that role finished, I was like, yay, happy days. I was back to, but I got more clients and I got bigger clients over that period of time. So I don't think there's any problem taking a job, even in McDonald's. I'm sorry, I don't mean that in a bad way.
No, because you're going to learn something. Yeah.
Flipping, if you flip burgers, it pays the bills.
16.
And you can do. What I mean is completely unrelated. If you're going to do IT automation, to be doing something,
right?
Just you just have to keep yourself in it, right? And you can do something. But if you can get a job that's kind of related, gets your skills even better.
Oh wait, is there like a delay?
There was just a little tiny.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to like talk over you. That was odd. I think it's
actually you didn't talk over me. You just went. We just I think yeah.
That was weird. Okay, it might be the distance. Anyway, no, I was gonna say I was just at this this tech conference in Toronto. I drove up. You could see on my LinkedIn I made a whole post about it and everything. But when I was there, I met a ton of good people, and it kind of solidified some things for me. And I was like, well, I'm like, I can do marketing, and I'm good with the technical side too. I'm like, why don't I see if I can take a job where I can, like basically in sales, like in tech sales, where I can apply I can get really good at sales just through practice and exposure, because that's a big thing for me. I want to put myself into purposefully uncomfortable situations so I can get really good at sales. So take like a sales role or something, but also apply my like technical skills to that, and then I like eventually that'll become my niche. Like I can build automated sales systems for clients, and that's kind of my whole line of thinking right now.
Yeah, I like that. One thing though, sales shouldn't have to be uncomfortable.
It is for me. That's why I want to go into it.
That's because you're thinking of it as trying to convince people instead of trying to help people. Okay, so if you thought of it different, and I'm not saying if you were in a sales team, they would want you to think this way, but for me, sales is not a scary thing, because I don't even consider I do sales. I just help people, and they see that I know my stuff, that I could help them even more if they paid me. But I help them in an hour chatting to them, and they're like, whoa, that was really helpful, wow. And then they come back, go, look,
you provide value immediately.
Yeah. So to me, so that's what I'm saying. I just get very, very good at what I do, and I can talk and explain it to people, and I enjoy helping people, and I don't try and pitch in any way at all. It's almost like the anti-pitch. Actually, there's a post in the forum I said, posted something, and someone replied, I think it was the J, it was years ago, and he says, the two-step process to sell like Andy. 1, don't sell. 2, see 1. It was like,
you
so
gotta get that on LinkedIn. That's a good insight.
I can't actually. I did post that. I got Notebook LM to come up with an infographic of how you'd start a business without ads, and it did put that in. It said, "Don't be a salesman, be the enthusiastic techie or whatever, something like that." I was like, "Bloody hell, this Notebook LM is really clever at pulling out specific, what I would consider the key points."
I need to get on this. This sounds really good. I gotta try that out.
So you mentioned 2 things: marketing. You're good at marketing, and techie. So to me, right. So I'm good at both as well. So IT techie and Google Ads. Think of stacking them, which is what you're already thinking of doing. Stack one on top of the other. It makes you high ground. So do something that involves being a techie makes you good at marketing, or being good at marketing makes you a better techie. So you're like working in a techie company, but marketing. They'd be like, "Oh my god, you can speak to people."
That was, trust me, at that event, I got on the mic because I'm like, I'm gonna be courageous. I'm at this event. I'm gonna introduce myself in front of this huge crowd. And I'm like, yeah, I do like B2B marketing, and I'm telling you, like 5 people came over afterwards. They're like,
yeah.
He can talk to people. I mean, in a room full of people that probably just sit at their computer and code all day, apparently just talking to people is insane.
It's a really, really rare combination, by the way, techie and marketing. It's really rare. Hold on, let me go and close that door. I didn't realize.
Yeah. No problem.
There's an agency owner I know, and he used to be a games developer, computer games developer. Now he does marketing agency. He's a marketing agency for bigger clients than I deal with. So he subcontracts me in because he deals with real big clients, and I just could not go through the process of dealing with them. I just couldn't. I hate it. But we chat, and if we get on a call once every 3 months or something, we'll chat for 3 hours about stuff. But one of the things we keep saying is it's really rare finding the techie who can also it's the realm of people who like the keyboard and all that kind of stuff. All right, so it appeals to that personality or whatever. And then on the marketing side, it's what I've noticed. Google Ads, apart from his agency, I'm not subcontracted to any agencies anymore. I kind of don't like doing that. I did it for a while, and it brought a lot of business in one go, because it's like, here, we've got 10 clients who need, okay, cool. But what happens is they're not my clients.
Yeah, you're like
their clients, and I can't deal with them. I can't make changes.
Yeah.
And then also what happens is they're like, brilliant, we got that working. We're going to take this in-house now. It's like, oh, okay. So I did all that work. You've now figured out how I do that work, which is okay. You paid me for it. And now, so I did myself out of a job. But what I noticed was a lot of the agencies that hired us did everything but Google Ads. They did like all the creative media and PR and the brand design.
Always the flashy stuff. Like they never do outreach, but they always do. I had a guy last night pitch this to me. He's like, yeah, we're going to do UGC, and we're going to do like events with like students and stuff. I'm like, why not? Hold on. Like, why don't we just start with like talking to our customers first? Like, I don't know what all this is for.
Yeah. I had that same conversation about this afternoon with a business. Hold on. So let me finish that thought about if you're techie. I think if you're techie and marketing, Google Ads actually seems to be a really good fit. Because
honestly, I was very interested in this because I saw Google Ads. I remembered you from the forum a while ago, and I'm looking into Google Ads. I'm like, this is actually kind of pretty cool. Like I want to figure this out. So yeah, I was gonna ask like you more about that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. So to pick up a Google Ads client, you could just tell people on Facebook or just mail people or let people know, hey, I'm getting into Google Ads. If you know anyone who needs any help with it, just let them know. Right. That allows them to go, yeah, me, or gets them going, ooh, hold on, who do I know? Because you don't have to say I'm good doing it. You just say I'm getting into it. And they know you and they trust you. And also, hey, he's doing a degree in computer science. He's obviously a genius or whatever.
Yeah. Or I'm in marketing, so even better.
Or yeah, and marketing. Or hey, he's young. He probably knows how to do this. Yeah. Like my 15-year-old, he'll do the TikTok videos for you. Oh, it must be good. But literally, it's one of the marketing and computers is one of a couple of industries where the younger you are, people assume the more you know. Isn't that weird? Whereas it's like, oh, he's an accountant. He's studying accounting. He's 15. Oh, right, I'm not going to get him to touch my tax at all. He does video editing. He's 15. He's probably really good at it then. Yeah, it's one of the things. So you just saying you're going to be doing it is enough for somebody to go, oh, actually, I know, your Uncle Bob. He has that like timber, that lumber firm or whatever, that tree surgeon thing. Yeah, I think he was talking about that recently. So you just get known locally as somebody who's getting into Google Ads. That's it. You'll be the Google Ads guy locally.
I saw a post from you a long time ago about this, and it was just you posted in your local Facebook group. It was like, yeah, I'm getting into Google Ads, and then the comments were like flooded with people.
Yeah.
I have one of those groups too. My mom actually is like a admin on it apparently. And I can just be like, hey, like that's how I did web design way back. If you remember Fox, I signed up for his web design course when I was like, I think I was like 18. And it was really helpful. Like it kind of got me into this whole world. And I did exactly what we're talking about. I just went on, I'm like, who needs a website? Like that was pretty much what I did.
Yeah.
But I think this time around, like I can give you like a more tangible result ROI wise. Like I can say like this will like tangibly improve your business, not just like a prettier website.
Right. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know you did websites as well. See, that allows you now to say, look, I'm doing websites and Google Ads. You don't have to say how long you've been doing it. I'm just doing it. Hey,
just doing it.
Yeah. It's like people are like, oh, okay, whoa, hold on. I've been needing, and like I said, it's a screening process. You're not trying to convince anyone. It's like, if you know anyone who needs any help with it, just let them know. And they're like, oh, so now they're on the lookout. Just remember. And if somebody ever, oh, go on my website. Oh, I know a lad. Yeah, he's sound. They just want to deal with someone they trust. They assume competence or that you're going to put best effort in. And then when you're chatting to them, you just say, you can just keep the fees low. Or we say, look, I'll do the first couple of weeks for, you could do, like I saw in a Facebook group, a guy, and he just went in cold and said, hey lads, I used to work for Facebook. I've just recently gone out on my own. So I'm going to do Facebook for local businesses. The first couple of weeks I'll set it up, or I can't remember. First month I'll do it free. And then after that, it'll be like really a reduced rate.
Right.
Jeepers, the amount of, and that's normally a very quiet Facebook group, like 3,000 business owners, really quiet. Boom. It's because he led with that, I used to work in Facebook. But I could have been anybody doing what in Facebook? Could have been doing anything.
Yeah, it could have been the janitor.
Yeah. But like, even imagine if he didn't even say that. He said, hey guys, I've been doing Facebook for a few things. I'm looking to get a few clients with testimonials. Like, people are suspicious of free, but if you say, I want to get a few testimonials, is anyone interested in today?
Just to build up the portfolio.
Yeah, exactly. To build up the portfolio. So blah, like work for a month or a year, try and get it up and running and Thea. And like, if you want to proceed after that, but don't make it like free forever. If you want to proceed after that, I'll do it at a reduced rate. Boom, you might just get a ton of, so that's something you could post immediately.
Yeah.
Or if your mum's an admin in a group, maybe she could post it. Hey, my son's getting into such and such.
Right there,
yeah. My son's doing such and such. He's currently studying marketing and majored in computer science, blah. And he's already built websites and he's getting into Google Ads as well. It's kind of like he's really passionate about such. No, don't put the word passionate.
Not bad. Yeah.
No, it's like, oh, he must be not good then if you're going to say how passionate he is. But like, he's looking to get some testimonials, a little portfolio going. get
I
into the
might write the copy and be like, Mom, can you post it?
yeah. But make it short and non-pushy, and make it obvious also what you want them to think of you as. What label? Like mine is the Google not the Google Ads guy that they know. I know a Google Ads guy. Yeah. So, or hey, right. So imagine you're at a conference and somebody you know introduce you to someone else. What do you want them to introduce you as? Hey, this is Aidan. He's like he's in a website and marketing guy. Or it's like a website. And, you kind of do want to sort of think about that a little bit. Don't worry too much about it. But so I do more than Google Ads, but Google Ads is what gets me in the door.
I see where this is going. You get them in with Google Ads, and then you can upsell them on like custom automations, websites. Once you're in, you can figure out all their problems.
Yeah.
But you're
so I'm in doing something to help them save money or make more money or get the phone ringing, and they're like literally for these external cleaning clients, they were getting no leads. It just leads had dried up. And I 40 quid a week, spend 40 euros a week. They're now getting phone calls. They're delighted. They're paying me more than the ad spend, but they're like, wow, you've actually, I was going to pack this business in. It's literally what one of them said.
Like they were going to close and then you saved
them. He's actually had to go get a job in a car dealership.
Wow.
Yeah. While his business is on fumes. And now he's actually said, can we actually run this for another county as well and see how it goes?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. No, so for me, that's like, whoa, there's a passion right there. I've got a purpose. I can actually help a guy keep a roof over his head and his family. And he's got like a family working the business. His kids help him and his wife and whatnot. They've all got the uniform. There you go. Keep it going. So I'm not going to sell AI and automation to him. I'll just do it for him.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, okay, what's going on? All right. Okay. You should really have a WhatsApp number on your thing, or WhatsApp. They should WhatsApp you instead of email you. We already have it. Well, we haven't because he's not on our website. Or our landing pages, if someone fills in the form, it gets an email to them, but it also gets added automatically to a Google Sheet. My developer tonight was like, yeah, we should really just figure out how to go from Google Sheet to WhatsApp. Like every time a row's added, it WhatsApps. I was like, yeah, hold on. Why are we not doing that? We should have definitely done that. So that's like an automation.
That's pretty good, yeah.
But he doesn't need to know. He doesn't care. I'm just making it easier, and I'm going to do the automations for them to get them more money.
Yeah.
Right.
And
so he'll get more and more money,
he has no
and then
idea
he'll
that's
just
happening. He just cares about the result.
Yeah. And then the other automation that I was talking to my developer who's from the Fastlane Forum, working probably 10 years together now. And I was like, so I'm going to, all these things that I've been doing that I thought I couldn't automate, like the phone calls that I might have with a prospect, I'm like building an AI Andy so they can, but I need to maybe make it a bit more purposed. It's your role is to take the first call, find out more about the business, find out what services they provide, what locations, this, that, get them to show their search terms or upload the search terms. I'll give them procedure how to do that. Then it's going to analyze and do everything I do on an initial call with them. Check this. When you click these buttons, what do you see? Is it like 70%, 80% of this, or is it whatever? Or maybe screenshot it, upload it. So I was like, whoa, I could actually build something that does that. And then I just send people to that. They self-diagnose whether their account is losing money in the ways that I can help to fix.
It's pre-qualified.
And then it pre-qualifies. I don't have to do a 1 hour call. I enjoy doing them, but twice a month. I did 3 in one day once, and I was like punch drunk. I was like, oh.
Yeah, you gotta like get a glass of water and
Yeah, but I enjoyed it, but I had to be fresh for each. So, but now I'm like, Jesus, AI could do that. I could just upload my transcript, say, what am I actually doing? It can then tell me what I'm doing. Then I can create a thing that says, do that thing that you figured out I do. Wow. And then, so I was telling the software developer, and then he was like, okay, and then we could create maybe a SaaS that actually builds the campaigns for people. I'm like, or we can build a tool that we use to build the campaigns for people.
Yeah, that's a trap that I've fallen into. I'm like, oh, this is such a good like personal use case. I should make this into a company, and then we're gonna sell it to people. And like, you just get really, really distracted with that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, and also it's a different demographic. No, it's a different. It's appealing to a different market.
Yeah,
people who want to DIY it, and a tool that's going to help them DIY it better.
That's such a narrow like segment, like that's such a, it's people building tools for people who build tool. It's a cycle.
Yeah.
It's
There is that. It's just if I create a tool to allow people to build it, I was like, yeah, okay, so it gives them something to upload a Google Ads editor to upload or use the API. It never quite works. There's always an issue that I kind of have to fix.
And then you're a product manager, and then it's a whole
Yeah, exactly. Whereas if I imagine Booking.com, they run a lot of Google Ads. They do not have a SaaS for hotels to create their own campaigns.
Yeah,
it's all internals. Their IP. They've
exactly.
encapsulated it into systems that they run, and they also have change. They have to change it and update it, and they're going to have bugs and fix it, and keep it making it work. And then also, if I learn from one client, so my first drainage client, we might build campaigns a certain way. By the time we get to the fourth, they're slightly optimized, a bit different. I'm like, oh, now I've got to go back and bring them up to speed.
Right.
But like that's something that's continuously happening.
And it's continual revenue.
Yeah, but how do I go and, if it's a SaaS tool, it's like go and blow away all your campaigns and then upload these. They're going to screw it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
and then you gotta change the whole product, and I think I don't know. I think if you want to make money pretty quickly in this day and age, trying to build a SaaS tool is not the way to go.
No, well, it's funny. There's a really, really good podcast that I liked. It's probably 10 years old now, but I'll link to it. I'll send you a link.
Yeah.
Where the guy says, I don't like everybody's running to SaaS as a start, as your first business. It's like, go and provide the service first, because then you'll find out what avatar you like serving, who you can actually help make money for, who stays, who you enjoy working with. You'll have built a route to market or a channel. Like you'll have built, oh God, he's the guy who helps dental practices with their Google Ads and also websites and whatever, the marketing guy for dental practices or whatever it is. You end up positioned as that. Then you'll also start seeing the problems that keep coming up. Over time, you'll have built your own little tools to build the campaigns or the whatever. You'll have a template for the websites, you have a template for this. And you have a fledgling SaaS, I suppose, that a self-serve that other people could use, or you could just mine was a SaaS, $500 a month that like the drainage company pays us to have built the campaigns and manage for them. That's quite a beefy SaaS to keep paying every month.
Yeah,
But it's cheap for a Google Ads agency to manage your campaigns.
It's so odd how that math works out. Like you go into a website and you're like, oh, this costs $200 a month. That's a lot of money. But paying a person $200 a month, that's for some reason, like psychologically, that's a whole different thing.
I see that discussion in the forum where people are saying, and Google anti-gravity. Sorry, do you have to go in a sec?
No, I like got all night. This is a great conversation.
Yeah, I didn't know whether you were hearing someone calling.
No.
They're talking about Google anti-gravity, that maybe like the ultra version is $250 a month. That's really expensive and blah, blah, blah. And like, yeah, it would be if you don't do anything with it. I'm like, my God, I'm paying more than, obviously I'm paying more than that for a software engineer, freelance software engineer in my team. And if it allows me to start coding up stuff for my business, in my business, not apps for outside, but like there's things I do. And, whoa, if I can actually code it up and make this tool instead of paying for a SaaS that doesn't quite do the things I want, and I have to glue 5 of them together to get the thing using Make to do this, or I could just build a thing, specify what I want for my own business, and then I use it and I stress test it and it works really well. Yes, it could be a SaaS that others could use, or maybe not, because plenty of businesses have their own internal tools and systems and don't sell it to other businesses, their competitors, for instance. And then the other one is like, there's the classic phrase of like the people who made money in the gold rush with the people selling the shovels. But I'm like, but if everybody's selling shovels, who's actually digging the gold out?
This is something I've thought about a lot.
Yeah.
It seems like everyone figured that out at some point, and they're like, why don't we just sell shovels? Why don't we just sell shovel? And then now we're selling shovels to people who sell shovels. And I'm like, what
there's nobody left in the gold mine. So therefore, just go so if I build a really good shovel, why don't I go use the damn thing?
Yeah, use it yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's a much better way to do it than trying to. this clears a lot of things up for me, because
Good.
I wanted to know from someone more experienced on their take on this. I same thing. I'm gonna bring up the tech conference that I was just at, and like it seems like everyone wants to build something. They all have their SaaS idea, right?
Yeah.
They've all got their grand vision, right? And something I said when I was on the mic, I was like, before you write a single line of code, just like talk to people, and then apparently people think this is a preposterous idea. um I'm like, what are we doing here, um and off the bat, a service business is going to make you a lot more money anyway, unless you're trying to
Yeah.
like take funding or
Very
something.
fast to get service
Yeah.
business going. And oh gosh, hold on. There's a few things here that I want to tell you about, right? So, okay. First off, I wrote a thread in the forum that you might not have seen about people. It's called "Stop Building Stuff."
I was like, stop with the ideas. Is that what it was?
There's that one as well. Stop with the ideas, because I think that week I saw too many people talking about ideas. It was wrecking my head.
I will tell
So
you, I haven't like touched the forum in a long while. I've
That's
mainly
okay.
just been on LinkedIn, but I
think you should get back in, because there's some really interesting conversations in the AI threads.
I'm looking at it right now. Oh, here's you. Okay, Whisper Flow.
Like I got one, stop building stuff. It's like the engineers want to build stuff. I worked for like a startup, and they were building another social network. I worked for companies that were building directories and building email lists and blah, and they never ever once talk about the person they're helping.
Yeah.
So you're not building a directory.
Oh, here it is.
You're helping, or I'm not doing Google Ads. I'm helping homeowners find plumbers, and I'm helping plumbers get found by a homeowner. I'm connecting people.
Right.
And if I don't, so I realized this when I was working for that startup. I remember one time I couldn't figure out how to do something. I was being a user on the platform, going, how do I disconnect from someone? Or I can't remember what it was. And they just said, Andy, it's just you hover over it and you do the thing. It's a social network convention. I was like, oh shit, we're screwed. Because like you're building a social network, not trying to connect people. Because
yeah.
I didn't know how to do that. For instance, the average plumber would not know how to do that. So your engineers have been told we're building a social network, so they're building all social network features. But people, your real goal is to connect people, and they're not going to understand those things. And if you've made the goal connect people, then the engineers might have gone, hold on, that button or that convention is not obvious. We should do such and such. So when you make it your goal to build something, you forget the ultimate goal is actually the reason you're building it is to help somebody solve a certain problem.
Yeah.
Or two sides of a market solve a certain problem. And if you get that right, then you might go, hold on, we don't even need a directory for that. Like, why am I building a directory? I don't need a directory. I could just create a simple landing page with a dynamic headline. If somebody's looking for an immigration lawyer in Dublin, the ad says that, the headline changes to that. Let us know what you want. We'll tell us, boom, you start getting leads. I did that, right? So you don't need to build a directory in the first place. So you make it people make it the wrong goal. They make build a directory, but it's not. There's many ways that you can connect, like homeowners with tradesmen or whatever. And so saying making a directory the goal is wrong, because it could be simpler ways or other ways to do it. Right, that's one thing. And then I did this. So I've created this little AI Andy thing. I didn't know what to call it. So
I guess that works in terms of name.
Yeah. Someone said, oh, that's got a ring to it. And I was like, yeah, maybe. But like it works because if I post it anywhere on LinkedIn and Facebook, people already know me. So it's like they're going off my personal brand. But if it was to be people who don't know me, then it maybe shouldn't be called that. But whatever. I don't overthink it. I just went with it. So I uploaded 173 videos from 34 podcasts and 100 odd videos into Notebook LM. So it got all the transcriptions from my channel. I got Google Gemini to help me write a script to get so I had the list of all of my forum threads, and it got the opening post of each and created a Google Doc. So I got that AI to help me do that. I was like, woo, look at that. And then I merged all that into one document, uploaded that into Notebook LM, and then I made it available for a few people. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to post it on LinkedIn. I've got this little thing. Anyone want to test it? Had a load of responses there, a couple of responses, and then I was like, shit, I don't even know. Maybe I should create Google form and ask people what they're trying to do. As for the contact details, so I sent them to the form first, and now I've got like 20 form fills. I can see a Google sheet with all the responses. What is it you're trying to do? Why are you trying to do it? It's been hard to do it. Blah, 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 what? And people are like, I could use ChatGPT, but I want to learn from an expert, or I want to know, I know this will be set up by an expert in this field. Someone else saying, I don't want the fluff of all the YouTube videos. It's like, oh, okay, so these are the words I can use if I was to sell it. Right, and then I sent an email list, sent it to my email list, sent something to Facebook, and I've got going really fast, and I've got feedback. Now, this is the interesting part. I was talking to a developer. I was like, oh, why don't I think of this? So I've got all the feedback of why they want to use it. And on the thank you page, thanks for the response. Here's the link, which, by the way, if they close that, then they don't have the link anymore because I didn't set an autoresponder. And one person said, I don't have the link handy. I was like, shit, I never thought of that. All right, so I launched really fast with all these mistakes, but because it's the people who already know me and they're testing it out, they're willing to put up with all the, the issues and give me the feedback. Right. Speaking of feedback, so I've got feedback of why they want to do it, but once they start using it, I've got no vision. I've got no view of the questions they're asking it and the responses they're getting. So I have no idea if it's working well for them, and I have no idea how to optimize it or tune it. So that's why I know Notebook LM at the minute is not the right tool for it. I need something that is going to report to me on a daily or weekly basis the questions that are being asked, the answers, so I can override them. I can write a better response. I want it to escalate to me things where it might have low confidence that it can actually answer it. Then I answer it. It goes into the knowledge base for the next person who asks it. I don't have that feedback loop at the minute. They've gone to it and I'm like, what's going on? Right. And the funny part was, so I was saying to a developer, and he was like, he says there was a startup, an AI startup that sold for a lot of money. And at the start, they didn't have AI answering it. They had people answering.
That's pretty good.
And I was like, oh, you bugger. So you're right. I could have just said, I'm thinking of creating an AI, Andy. If you're interested, let me know, which is what I do. And then people say, I'm interested. And I DM them and I send them to the form. It tells me what they want. And then I go, ooh, now I'll build it. Or I go, no, nobody's interested. I won't build it. So I didn't even need to build the damn thing. Then the other part is I could have the questions come into me. I could ask the AI that question and send them the response. And I'm in the loop seeing it. Now, obviously, that's not going to work for many before, but there we go. That's me creating a loop. And I was like, jeepers. So I built too much in a way before I got going.
It's what do they call it? A technical debt, where you got just like this massive thing, and you've got to undo it all to make any.
Yeah, except I'm an IT dude originally, so what I've done is I've created a knowledge base in Google Docs, houses all my files, so that I can then go and get a different tool and just import it into that. But then I've realized if that learns and then replaces and updates, that's inside that. It's like, how do I get it out? Don't know. I'll figure that out. But I'll just figure it out. But there you go. So building stuff. I did build stuff. I built that over the whole Christmas period just to see if it could be done. But then I was like, well, it's no good just sitting there. Let people use it.
Yeah.
Actually, and then somebody else used it today. So this was a very good use case that you could use. Mm-hmm. Because I think what I'm figuring out for me is something that could be provided as a service to people. And it could be a product that they could give. Like, so Tony Robbins apparently has an AI version of himself. It's $99 a month. We can ask it whatever Tony Robbins helps people with. I don't even know
right.
label that is, self-development stuff. But there's got to be loads of experts who've done loads of videos on their YouTube channel, podcasts, create loads of content, strewn all over the place. There's stacks of it, stacks and stacks of it. If you could just gather it for them, put it into an AI, train it up, find out whatever the tone of voice is and how their rules, words not to use, whatever. So it's an actual service, and then give them like the keys. Yeah.
I think Hermosi did this as well. Alex Hermosi. He did one of these as well.
Yeah. Right, there you go.
I think it would definitely be valuable though, because there are like a ton of questions I still want to ask you, but it would be cool if like if we're not able to call, I can just be like, all right, AI Andy, what do I do in this scenario?
But right, so how does it help me? It means I don't have to keep answering the same question all the time, because I've already answered it and it's in a knowledge base and people can ask it and they get the answer. Which then means also the outlier questions they can't answer get escalated to me, and I go, "Ooh, that's an interesting one." I reply to that. It goes into the knowledge base to then answer someone else in future.
Right.
So the thing grows and gets more intelligent.
Oh, I
I'm
see
not
it.
stuck
Yeah.
at answering the same things all the time. And so I can see the value of it getting bigger the more it's used. Yeah. And then if I somehow get responses and AI tells me, oh, look, people are asking this kind of stuff, and this is why, and I'm like, oh, okay. So then I'm getting all that feedback. Imagine it's asking an AI or a system that I see all these questions coming through. That's like, whoa, and the use cases and all this stuff. That's incredible for me to know if they're my market, how to serve them better.
And that's a lot of proprietary data as well.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the moat is the
Yeah.
data that I have, but I have to create a feedback loop where it gets better over time.
I never thought about that. That's very interesting, because I had come to a similar conclusion. I'm like, the only thing that's separating people with these agents is the proprietary like data that they have, and I'm like, how do you first gather that data? And it's
Yeah.
like just bootstrap it, just like have it so it already has a system of stuff that you've made, and then have it just continually collect data from that point on.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. I like that.
And then what was it? What was the other thing I was thinking? All right, so I can, maybe it's all running off one knowledge base, and then I create little versions of it with specific tasks. And one is my front end. It's almost like a lead magnet. I could post a video up on YouTube, put ad spend behind it or whatever, and say, hey, if you're a business owner, you could be losing money in these few ways. Here's an example. This client serves this county, but is getting people looking outside the county, and they get people looking for ladders, and they clean roofs. But people looking for ladders, obviously trying to do it themselves. Show them another business bleeding, have them go, shit, am I bleeding as well? By the way, there's a little tool, it's free to use. It'll talk you through how to find how to find your own bleeding neck. They go to it, and it's an AI tool. They ask it questions. It helps them. It's me. I've put all my whatever into it.
Yeah.
So it asks all those questions, the things I do on a half an hour prospect call, and then it shows them. So it shows them what they should be doing instead. If they have a particular problem, it shows it, well, this could be the solution, set it up this way. And then they go, whoa, okay, I'll go try to do that. And then some people are like, whoa, I'm not doing that. I'm going to hire you to do that. Yeah. So it's like a lead magnet. That's a valuable tool. That's not a PDF it's like an advanced calculator. You input your data.
Yeah, it's much better than just like, here's my free PDF on whatever
Yeah.
the hell. Like I think that's much better.
Yeah.
And I'm probably gonna steal that idea. I might do it with my own data at some point. If I build up like a knowledge base.
That's why I was saying record every call you're doing.
Yeah, as we're doing right now. This is great.
Yeah.
Well, I did want to ask, going off of content here. So how are you generating leads? Like, do you do YouTube and LinkedIn as well as just like cold outreach, or I'm not sure.
I don't do any cold outreach.
Okay.
I don't really do LinkedIn and YouTube. I don't. I'm just on there, bouncing around. What I've strayed away from it recently because I'm just so interested in the AI stuff and automation. And my background was automation when I was doing IT. All right, so I'm like, whoa, this stuff is getting really good. And I'm a data guy. I was a database administrator, right? So I'm kind of interested in that. Right. My thoughts on LinkedIn. There's two stages to it. First step is you create the profile as if it's a landing page. So somebody who has been referred to you, so somebody in their travels goes, oh, you should speak to Aidan. Oh, what's his name? Okay, cool. Right, and then they're going to go Google for you. What they're going to find, your LinkedIn profile. They're going to look at it. What do they see? So you want to that to put your best foot forward.
Right.
Yeah, your profile picture, whatever. Mine's like cheesy. But mine's like I don't work for anyone. That's what mine is.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah. And then you've got your bio headline. And I start with a Google Ads geek or something like that. I put it to the left so that they see it straight away. And also if I connect with someone or they see a comment, that's to the left. That's all they see. And then they can scroll through my history. Oh, this is what he's done and worked for. This is his little about. What's he posted about? Oh, he's reasonably active. And then what I should be doing, and you can't see it at the moment, is posting Google Ads content. And ideally for that, a business owner would be interested in reading.
Right.
Except I'm happy posting stuff that I think about AI and whatnot, because I think it'll appeal to business owners anyway, and they'll read it. And I have sprinkled in that Google Ads guy. Like I posted my week commencing kind of thing that I usually do in the forum. I was like, shit, I wonder if I post it on LinkedIn. I've already created it. I might as well post it there. And I've had a few people replying to it, and it's getting a bit of engagement. It's different from the other AI crap that's been posted. They can see that I'm doing stuff for Google Ads clients. They can see stuff I'm doing for my own business. And I've got a bit of chat going on. And that's kind of, it just makes it look like I'm an active person. And then I've got some featured posts that have like reasonable amount of social proof on them. I've pinned them. Right. So I'm not trying to create content that brings me a lead because of that content. I am creating content so that when people get referred to me, they look at my profile and go, oh, this lad is active. He's still doing Google. Oh, he's been doing Google Ads a while. And when they say you should post consistently, what everyone means is post on a regular rhythm. What I mean, take that to mean is like bollocks to the rhythm. I'll post whenever I want, but I'll keep on topic. I'll post consistently about a certain topic. Now I have strayed, but I kind of don't care. That's the other thing is I don't want to make it look like I care that much. I don't. And then YouTube, I did only have Google Ads videos up on my YouTube channel, but I recently made public again, stack of videos, except for all the private ones where I have chat with people and then upload it. It's just between me and them, so that I could import them all into Notebook LM. I was like, just leave them on, because when I hid them all, a few people emailed me, went, where's all your videos? I was like, oh God, right. So I just left them. They're helping people. So, right. So I create the content for when people go looking for me and they go, oh, this lad has 14,000 connections or followers or whatever it is they're called on LinkedIn.
Right.
And these Google Ads, he's obviously clearly knows what he's doing. Right. So it's a landing page. Level 2 of LinkedIn would be to figure out how to create content that actually the content brings leads. But I don't do that. All right. I'm not at that level, and I'm not sure I care. Right. Because
I'm not sure how that works either. Like I've heard
I definitely don't know how that works.
Yeah. So many people are like, oh, I see so many posts about it. I'm like, they're like, oh, I post every single day, and then I just got like inbound leads. And I'm like, how does that?
Yeah, there is a way. Okay, so I actually do kind of know. I couldn't be bothered. It's not my. I'll come to that in a sec about why I couldn't be bothered. Right. If I posted a thing once, and I said, right, here's my. This is how I find the search terms in an account and analyze them. And I had a little carousel showing the buttons I click to find the search terms and download it to my Google Sheet, how I use it to then, and look, this is a result, maybe 5 or 6. And I said, look, if you're interested, let me know if you're interested in, I'll send you a copy of the Google Sheet. And like 250 people said they were interested.
Oh, I see what this is. Yeah, I've seen so many of those, like comment,
yeah.
like, yes,
no, I don't say comment. I don't say interested and I'll send you. I say, let me know if you're interested. It's not as like, bro, it's just not right. Let me know if you're interested. And I did that, but I spent the whole weekend DMing people, sending a link, and I was like, oh, not doing that again. Now, if I brought loads of business, I would have done it again, probably, or figured out how to automate it. But my mistake was I'd created content that appealed to peers, other Google Ads people,
I see,
not to business owners.
You were teaching
so that was,
them how to.
Yes. It was too much how-to content and not enough of stuff the business owner would be interested in. Like if you're losing money, then these could be your things. Go check here's how you check your account. The stuff that a Google Ads person would be like, oh, I know how to do that. Why? But a business owner is like, oh my God, look he's just showed me how to find the bleed of like $1,000 a month that my agency, oh my God, I need to speak to this guy or whatever. And then that's what
thinking about it. I've got this guy on LinkedIn, right? And he keeps trying to get me into a discovery call, and I'm not going to get into this discovery call because I already know what this is. It's basically what this is he's like a consultant teaching other people how to be consultants.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's whole MJ's post about like, oh, coaches coaching coaches. And this is something I've wondered about is with the whole like it appeals to your peers type situation. I'm like, is it more profitable to like teach people how you did it than help real businesses? Something just seems really wrong about that.
There's a few things on that. Okay, so I follow a coach on Substack. I found his videos, a coach, like a sports coach, because I'm coaching my son's football team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of 2 coaches under 15s, football, soccer. I don't know what you guys
I know
call
what
it.
You mean, yeah.
Yeah. No, even in Ireland, it's like there's Gaelic football and they call it soccer.
I've heard that's intense.
It is very intense. It's like mixed with rugby and football. It's just mad. So my other YouTube channel, when I'm not watching AI stuff, I go to my other profile. I'm watching coaching and football and blah. And he sent something recently, and he coaches coaches. Okay, because like coaching a person can change that person's life. But coaching coaches can change a nation because you're reaching a lot more people. So I know in the forum they have this thing against people teaching. They have the thing against courses, people selling courses. But then there's the phrase "teach a man to fish," and he'll be able to feed himself for his life. And a lot of people in the forum are teaching other people stuff and helping them, mentoring and coaching. There is like what he's saying there is the people who coach because they can't do the thing.
I see.
Yeah. But then even that, you can have like, you could be a very good football coach and not be a great football player because you know how to get the best out of your players. And a lot of it's mental. And like, and each person's individual. It's like how to talk to each of them and get them into play in the team and resolving all that kind of stuff. Those dynamics is in a team, or it's there's so much of it's the mental stuff. Anyway, and the reverse, you could have somebody who's like top level, played for the country, cannot teach.
Right.
Yeah, just awful at it because they just make the kids cry because they say like, it's like whatever. It's like, no, jeebus. Right. So I don't think there's anything wrong with selling courses. There's a whole bloody industry, like university selling courses. I think that's a lot worse.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit of a big scam.
Yeah.
I really do. It's an institution that has the parents brainwashed into thinking the kids have to, for fear,
Dude,
out of fear.
You don't have to sell me on this.
Yeah.
I know.
Whereas,
whereas
like, hey, Andy's got a course to teach you the Google Ads, so you can actually help people put a roof over their head, keep a roof over their head, and you can get going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I have no problem. And mine was like $300 for an hour, $400 course for 1 hour. And I pitched it as like, well, you could $300 for an hour, or you can go on Udemy. There's a $10 course for 24 hours. There's a 24-hour course for $10.
Yeah.
Your choice. Like, you value your time and your money. And it'll, some people are going to, and then I made it $25 a month. So that, because I had a lot of students wanting to access it. And I was like, well, $25 a month, you can cancel whenever you want. Whatever. So, right. If I've got what I found was, even when some people paid me or wanted to, and I helped them to create their Google Ads campaigns so that they could do it, they always, I want to learn how to do it. By the time they flipping did a bad job of it, I could have just done it. And I was just looking at it going, will you let me just do it? Honest to God.
It's
it will make you so much more money.
It's like you just like, let me do your homework. Like, let me.
Yeah. But like, they need to do the homework because they need to learn how to do the X, Y, Z. But like, dude, you should not be doing this. You should be managing your business and let me run it.
Yeah.
So I think being the practitioner and providing a done for you service, for me, well, I get one client to pay 500 a month, which seems really cheap, doesn't it? It seems really cheap. Whoa, your expertise in pay 500. Yeah, but if they pay 500 a month for like 5 years, right? Well, that's $3,000 a year.
And then
That's
like
$3,000 a year.
10 clients, that's
Actually, it's not $3,000 a year, is it? $6,000. What am I talking about? Idiot, can't even add.
I
Yeah.
can do it. It's okay.
Yeah. And like, if I get it and they're all delighted, they're like, "Shh, don't tell Andy, that's really cheap." I'm like, yeah, that's better than a SaaS.
Yeah.
But also, like, say my course was 50 quid a month or membership. I have to get 10 to match one client. Now it could be done. I just think that I have to pick one and go for a one, not the other. And that's why I actually am closing down my courses at the end of January.
Mm-hmm.
But talking to my developer, I'm like, the reason I'm closing it down is because, but God love them, people will go through the lessons and then they're still asking me questions, and it's the same questions. But now if it's an AI included in it, they can ask the questions of that and it can do that part, and I don't have to. But then I could just add more to it by answering the questions that are new,
and just have them pay for that.
Yeah, and then I'm like, whoa, I can actually see, because the handbrake has been on, because I know as the more people come into it, the more emails I get with questions. And I'm like, God love them, they have a problem, but at 25 a month, I don't have time to answer.
Yeah, it's not worth your time.
And have a back and forth conversation when I have clients, I'm building campaigns and all that stuff. But if the thing becomes like an autopilot thing, but also not just it's better for me, it's so much better for them. Instead of waiting, right? So originally it was like 1 hour of videos. Then I did, what do I call them? Office days or something, if where once a week I do an hour we chat and people bring their questions. I did 4 of them, and then I realized it was always the same thing. It was always the same thing, and they're always doing the same mistake. And it's the first lesson in the whole thing, almost, of like, create one keyword per ad group. And every time I looked at someone's account, I'd be like, you need to create one keyword per ad group. I was like, 4 hour things of these, it was like the same, so I stopped. But and okay, some other stuff was added as well, so I added those into the courses area, but then it made it a 5 hour thing. Then more and more I add to it to add value, the worse it gets, I think, for somebody who wants to actually use it. But if it's just a bigger knowledge base and they can ask questions and get their answers just in time at the time they're trying to solve something, then actually adding more and more to it actually makes it better, doesn't it?
Yeah, and now you have an asset. Yeah, and
Yep.
it's like what we talked about before. It's just you have a data moat now.
Yeah. So I think, and also if I do it right, there is a paid version that for people who want to do it themselves. But there's a version of it that's a front end free that helps them diagnose, and it brings people, it sends people off, like, they'll figure it out themselves, or it sends them off to the course, whatever it is. I call it the AI that helps them at 25 a month, whatever, or they come through and become done for you client. So I can see how it could all be less hands-on than it has been. So maybe I could still help people, because when I announced I was shutting down the course, I had a load of people reply, "Oh no, what are we going to do? Blah, blah, blah. Can we still send you emails?" I'm like, "Oh no." I had a lot of people asking, how am I going to keep up to date on all of this and that? And so there's a lot of people sad to see it go shut down. I'm like, damn, they actually want it there, even though I haven't actually updated it in flipping ages. I just send the occasional email. But then if I send an occasional email, the people who join after I send that email don't get that content. But if that email also gets added to the knowledge base, I can see a path through it now. Whereas before it was like, if I grow this to a lot of people, I'm just going to get busier.
Right. And now it's all, there's something to be said about giving away free value is huge.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So you were like, so how do I get business? It's funny. My son he's been thinking about this a lot, but he's like, going to create a portfolio website. I'm going to create websites for businesses and do Google ads, this, that, and the next thing. I'm like, okay. I didn't want to interrupt him, but I was like, don't build a website for yourself, build a website for your clients.
Yeah.
Don't run Google ads for yourself, run Google Ads for your clients. Otherwise, I'm trying to learn 2 lead generation models, one for plumbers and one for a Google Ads guy. Why don't I just get really, really good at generating leads for plumbers to the point where they start telling other plumbers?
I think this is a great point to make, because I have thought about this in the past. I'm like, okay, so I build this automated system for one person, and I'm like, should I start
Yeah.
building automated system for myself? It's like, it's much easier for me to diagnose other people's problems than for me to diagnose my own problems.
Your problems are going to be different from the plumbers or the dentists.
Exactly.
There's going to be some things that are in common. And actually, I will be building automation systems for myself. Whether they ever go see the light of day for other people is irrelevant, because it's going to be so specific to what we do. But here's the thing. I want to get really, really, really good at generating leads for drainage companies. I believe, but just by doing that, like there's the Steve Martin phrase, the actor comedian, be so good they can't ignore you. Just be so damn good that you get referrals. And that's what's happened. My clients refer other clients. And if I was to really get it on steroids, there's a Facebook group of 33,000 drainage guys. I have got business from there because some of my clients have recommended me in there. When somebody said, does anyone know anyone good at Google Ads? And somebody said, oh, you should check out. And it was one of my clients. And then they speak to one of my clients. Then they refer them to me, right? What if, and this has happened with me before, I've been in Facebook groups bouncing around learning, like a Facebook group for Thinkific, which was a course software I used to use like years ago. I switched to something else. I was in there talking to other course creators. It was like a PT instructor. There was somebody else in there, and people would be chatting, and I'd be asking questions like, how do I do the tax on the this and that? How do I know which country people are in? How do or how do I create the landing page? So I'd be asking questions as a peer. Okay, I'm not going in trying to get leads. I'm the same as you. And then somebody might ask a question about marketing. I say, well, you could go into Facebook group, chat to it, or go in forum and find. Someone might ask a question about Google Ads, and I'm like, well, you try to do it, and they're like, whoa. And then a few other people coming in, and then, well, that's what my course is about. I'm a Google Ads kind of guy. They're like, really? And then all of a sudden, my DMs light up. Okay, but I'm not. It's not me going into a group of electricians as a marketer. That ain't going to work.
No, it'll never work. Yeah.
But I got invited into a group of PT instructors because their PT instructor had a course, and he had a group of 16,000 PT instructors, and he sold courses to them. Then he invited me into his group and introduced me to his group, like your mom's going to do with you, saying, hey, this is Andy. He's a really good Google Ads guy. Then they all come over. When the group owner invites you in. So imagine I did such a good job for drainage guys, for websites and lead gen and Google Ads and all the things. And I even had created a new YouTube channel as just lead gen for drainage guys. And imagine then the group owner going, hey, we've got Andy Black from whatever, the drain directory or whatever. He's coming on, he's going to give us some tips on the whatever, the Google Ads and the this and the that. That would be like how I'd get a load of business, wouldn't it?
This is very interesting because I ran into a similar problem when trying to do community marketing, as we'll put it. And I was talking to the financial advisor that I had built that one random solution for. And the way that I got that client was it was purely relationship based. Like there wasn't, even though I did do a discovery call with him and stuff, it wasn't it wasn't like out of the blue. But I'm talking to him. I'm like, how do I reach more people like you? What do I do? And he's like, well, there's financial planner groups. There's XY planning on Facebook and stuff. But then he's like, but they don't like outsiders at all.
Nope.
They don't like outsiders. They don't like marketers. They don't like, people selling anything. And I was like, oh shoot. I guess I just can't really reach them that well. But I never considered the fact that I could just ask him and be like, hey, could you just introduce me to the group, and
If he owns the group, even better.
He does not own the group. No. It's a
No,
giant
no,
group.
but what can happen though is your name can come up in the group because you're doing such a good job.
I see.
So that's what I mean. You get your head down, you do a good job with one client to the point that they tell their other bud, because they all know each other.
Right.
Somebody in that group's going to go, oh my God, I can't get the blah, blah talking to the thing or the whatever, Oh, I know a lad, he's done that for me. He's really good. Really? Yeah, hold on, DM me. I'll tell you the blah. And then if your name comes up again, and again, and maybe the group owner's like, who's this lad? Yeah. Or maybe then you create like some chat. So that's what I mean by, if you focus on serving your clients so well that they start telling other people, then at some point you can then use that. And like, if you've got it, like 5 of them, once you've got 3, once you've got beyond 3, you start seeing patterns, but also you start seeing differences that really help. You go, whoa, that thing I just did for them because it was different actually worked really well. I'm going to apply it to them, or ask them if they want it done for them as well.
Right.
So these little outliers, you then like, so everything bar gets raised. That's the beauty of like sticking to one vertical for more than 3 clients. And then that's where I would no longer have Andy Black brand. Potentially I'll go and create another YouTube channel that's specifically just for drainage guys or pest control or whatever, right? And because of the I'm not worried about my Andy Black channel having loads of content about here, there, and everywhere. I'm not really, at the minute, yeah, people hire me because it's me. But like, if I created a non-personal brand, but it's still me chatting, Andy Black from blah, blah, blah. And that's really helpful for those guys.
I see.
That they even started sharing it. They started knowing about it. If I also create a Facebook page and posted on those videos so that they could share it in Facebook groups a lot easier. You can even tell your clients, hey, look, I created a little video. What do you think? And they don't have to ask them. They might then just share it.
Good. I was thinking about this, like make, specific verticals, like specific content for specific verticals. And I didn't realize that, like, I guess you could just make a new YouTube channel. Like, I thought that every time I wanted to like do one specific vertical, I had to like change my LinkedIn headline and be like, oh yeah, now I'm like the guy for, financial advisors or whatever. But it's just like, I guess what you're saying here is like, don't go and do that. Just make like a separate YouTube channel just for.
Right, for LinkedIn, you probably want to keep. Not you. I don't think they'd like you to create another LinkedIn profile, but you change it. I flipping change my bio a lot. I've added all that AI and automation stuff just for people who might be like, why is this lad talking about that? Because my background was kind of automation, and now trying to figure this stuff out.
Right.
So I'm going to talk about it because it's my bloody profile. I can do what I want. Yeah. But then if you're going to create a YouTube channel, make it specific so that when they land, they go, whoa, this is just for me.
Right.
And you don't have to have a lot of content on it. You don't have to post in stacks of times. You could have like 5 really useful videos. I know, like one of the lads who went through my courses membership, and actually 2 of them paid for private small group coaching. And we did that for a couple of months. So they then now set up their own Google ads. They're doing Google ads for clients. He at one point was focusing on mobile tire repair, tire replacement. You've got a flat tire or burst, somebody come out. So he was doing those, and he just did a video, and it was just him talking with his laptops. It was even wobbling there, going, right, look, we're just looking at this client account, and this is what we did, and we changed it, and this is the results he's getting, which is not what I do. I just go, this is how you do X, Y, Z, click these buttons. He was like, look, they were like this, and now they're like this. This is the website we created for them. This is how the ads look like compared to the pages, all the stuff I'd kind of taught them. And then he went off and created good looking websites. And he said he got 10 leads off that little video with 300 views.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it was so specific, Google ads for mobile tire businesses.
Yeah. And they'd all share it with each other.
They'd find it, they'd share it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So people still use YouTube for solving problems like that. I guess it's hard to see when you're not like the customer. I have this.
I do not watch TV. I find it boring. I sit and I watch hours at the minute because I'm getting into the AI stuff. I'm sitting and I'm delighted. It's like amazing. It got like a video a day old. Somebody's just uploaded about the latest. Like if you want to get up to date on, keep up to date on something, YouTube, do a course or something. And even an online course, it's just too late.
Yeah.
But no, an online course, it'll give you more details, I suppose. But I just want to see the broad, what can be done and how and why, and then I'll go and figure it out. And I'm sitting watching this stuff on the TV. A lot of TVs come with YouTube.
Yeah.
Button. Netflix, YouTube, Prime, Disney. They don't come with Facebook. Yeah. And
that is true. I didn't think about this.
Yeah.
I guess the people that, I mean, the people that own businesses like these, they tend to probably be the kind of people. Now, I mean, because I'm just so separated. Like, if I want to learn something, I just go immediately to the AI. I'm like, all right, how do I break it down for me? But like, yeah, I guess if you're a little bit older and like you own a business, you're probably sitting down and watching YouTube on the TV. Like, I didn't really think about that before.
But there's not just that. They'll be on Facebook because there's family on Facebook. Right. They'll be in Facebook groups. Facebook's, I think, it's best for the groups. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
There's groups for everything. It's the best community platform, I think.
I think so as well for the
some are even on LinkedIn because somebody. It was funny. I got the message on LinkedIn from a drainage person. I was like, "What? I don't even post. What? How's that?" Yeah, but what had happened is somebody in a Facebook group had asked, "Is there anyone know a Google Ads person?" Someone had replied, maybe with my name. Actually, yeah, it was with my name. It wasn't even this person. They just read that, then Googled for me, found my LinkedIn profile, and then messaged me on LinkedIn.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like a landing page where they go, "Oh, I trust this person," and I can see they do Google Ads. That's enough. Let me message them. Somebody mentioned it was good. That's enough.
So all it's got to say is just like in your headline, just got to say like the thing, just like
but then they're also gonna have a quick check.
Yeah, they're gonna see like I see.
Yeah, it's like the sniff test.
So it's not too important that you nail, because I think I became at some point for some reason I became very overly obsessed with my LinkedIn profile. I don't know why, but I was very into it for some reason. But yeah, I mean, according to you now, it's just like it doesn't matter that much. It just needs to be like somewhat decent and show off.
Yeah, so people know what you do, and everyone's like, "Oh, your photo's got to be like this and blah." But I like the person. One of the guys who paid, a couple of different guys paid like $6,000 a month thing, boom, just like that. I was like, well, I looked him up on LinkedIn. It's got like the blurriest photo picture of him, in a chair. Can't see him. Has still got the grey, the non-banner.
Yeah.
And he has barely posted or hasn't ever posted. Some people are busy doing the thing. It's almost like if somebody's got a post a day and they're content marketing, it looks like they're content marketing. It's like, how much, who's doing the work kind of thing. I want to be like, I'm a practitioner. I do the work.
Yeah.
And every now and then I'm going to post something. And I'm not. Yeah.
I want to be just doing the work and making the money. But everyone is like, oh, you have to like make content every single day.
Right. Okay. The people who say I did this, I don't know if you've ever watched that little 8-minute video I did where I was chatting to a group in the forum who were
I'm not sure
college students just graduating. No, okay, so you should go and watch that one.
Yeah.
And I said, whenever you hear yourself saying, I need to do this, I should do that, or I have to do something, catch yourself and go, whoa, hold on, do I really need to? I need to build a website to do the thing. It's like, do you? Is there anyone in the world who did the thing without having a website? I don't have a website. Go to andyblack.net and you see it's a list of links.
Really? Let me see this. Yeah. Mine's super basic too. It's just like a one.
Is it as basic as mine?
It's like a one landing page I made with like a landing page maker. People kept asking me, they're like, "Oh, why does your website look so basic?" And I'm like, "Because I don't want to spend a lot of time making a website. Like, I feel like it's what did MJ call it? Action faking. That's the word I was looking for. andyblack.net.
Yeah.
Net. Yeah, exactly. It's just like a link. It's a link tree. That's what.
Almost. Yeah. And actually, somebody said once, he said it's funny. Go to lots of websites and they're real flashy and fancy with no depth in the content. Go to yours and it's the opposite. It's like a real simple website. We're going to click and go. Actually, I've got rid of it. There was a link to my forum threads, articles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they were like, whoa. It's like there's a load of content here.
Right.
But it's not on my website. I just link to it all. And I have my content spread everywhere. And I don't care. I do care, sorry. I would not like it all to disappear. So I've got a copy of it all on a Google Drive.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. But like I linked to my LinkedIn profile, I think. Do I link to my LinkedIn profile on me, Andy Black on that? I think there's so that people can check because they can see, oh, look, he's got a load of followers and he talks about this stuff. And then there's a contact us button, which I only put on a few months ago because apparently the people, because I'd said that button was connect on LinkedIn, but a lot of these tradespeople didn't have LinkedIn profiles. So there were a load of them trying to contact me and they couldn't because they couldn't get onto LinkedIn. So I was like, shit. So I put the button on and there are a few more inquiries coming through.
Do you have a Facebook?
I do, yeah.
Should I add you on Facebook too?
Yeah. It's funny, the Facebook, I've got maybe a tenth the number of connections, but it says equally as engaged as LinkedIn.
Mine is just I don't use it for anything. Like it was just for like.
Well, okay, so yeah. I had this conversation with somebody last week or Monday. He was going to create a Facebook page for this new project. I was like, dude, don't just use your Facebook profile.
Yeah, just use you.
Yeah, because you already have loads of connections. Just post a bit more, show your crazy workshop in the back garden with all the tools and this and that, and then just say, hey, I'm doing this thing now. Anyone interested in this little, over Christmas, I knocked up a little calculator to calculate your anyone interested in testing it? I said, you're letting your network know you've done something. Some of them will test it out of the goodness of their heart. Others will be like, what? You do the thing? Oh, I know a guy in a company that does, you don't know who your network is connected to.
Right. Yeah, this is something I realized recently is
and once they know that you do something, so like Aidan, he does Google Ads. Really? He does Google Ads? I know somebody's like literally last week said they were having a problem with their Google Ads.
So the point is like the overall like vibe I'm getting is that it's not about like doing constant outreach or anything. It's just like like getting really good at providing your initial clients really well.
Yeah.
And B, just having, I guess, patience for that.
Yeah. Now you could do kind of outreach. Warm outreach. Reach out to everybody you ever worked with. Say, hey, I don't know if you ever saw that post I said, like, just send something short. Hey, Aidan, how are you getting on with your college? Because we know each other. Yeah. Like, just to let you know, like, I'm doing Google Ads now and some space is cleared up in my calendar. If you know anyone needs any help, just let them know. So I'm not putting any pressure on you.
Well, yeah. I did a little bit of it, but I had read it in one of Hermosi's, because I was reading up on sales. He said that's a good way to get warm outreach. He called it the ACA method. It was acknowledge, compliment, ask, and it was like acknowledge them, like compliment them about something, and then ask if they know anybody who would.
Yes, ask them if they know. Don't ask them. Don't put them on the spot. And it's actually better if they then use their network. It's better that they think about their network because there's more people there. All right. So outreach. I don't do cold outreach, but plenty of people do, and they have a system and an automations for it. What I do is I just bounce around, be seen as somebody trustworthy. Do a good job for clients. I post, yes. So if you want to get known as the XYZ guy, help people with XYZ, all right? Be seen helping people with XYZ. So if you can be seen, so in the forum, a lot of people at the forum, I'm like, dude, why do you keep like, hey, there, DM me and I'll tell, like, no, tell them in the forum, help them in the forum. Other people will see you helping them with that thing, and then you'll start getting known as the person who's good at whatever. Yeah. So if you want to get known as the XYZ guy or girl, it's like help people with XYZ. Be seen helping people with XYZ. Even better if you get seen by the community owner helping their community with XYZ. Yeah. I did that. I went in that Facebook group of 3,000 Irish business owners because I just wanted to be talking more with local business owners, just insanity. And then I started helping people when the inevitable Google Ads question come up, to the point where the actual group owner then messaged me, and then rang me. And we had a conversation in, and she said, "I don't normally trust you guys." I was laughing. Yeah, you marketers, I don't normally trust you guys, but I'd already been seen helping people with other stuff, and then helping people with the Google Ads.
Social proof, yeah.
Like, but it's not just a social proof. It's like, oh, you just seem like a normal person.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a peer. I was talking about like how you get your developer and your graphic designer to work together, and how you do this, and then I was asked questions about the VAT for this and that, and blah, and how did you claim this? I was just a normal person in the group. Also, actually, I wasn't just a normal person. I was very active. The group owner, what does the group owner want in a group? Activity.
Yeah, they want engagement.
Yeah. So if you're active in their group, they're going to spot you straight away.
Right.
It's just like, that's exactly what they're after. Like, and it's like, whoa, got someone who's really active in the group and actually creating the odd post. And it's like tumbleweeds until I was there. I actually joined quite a few groups, and the group owners would be like, "You're the most active person this month. You're top of the leaderboard." And I'm like, "What? Really? Jesus, what is wrong with people?" It's just easy. It's kind of easy to get on people's radars by just being helpful, and then don't push it. Like, it will come up. Like, actually, just help people with whatever you can help them with.
Right. Yeah.
Someone says something, you go, "Oh, I know that. In Excel, you could just do this. And I know that in such and such." And they're like, "Oh, this lad's helpful. I know that in Google Ads thing." And then somebody might go, "Oh, good. Could you help me with the Excel such and such?" And you might go, "Yeah, okay, I can do that." And you go, "Blimey, that was easy." There are any other people might need that. So that's what I mean by you say yes to everything.
When you're first starting out. Yeah, I think.
Oh, here's the last one, and I'll let you go.
Yeah.
It was funny. I've got a thread in the forum called PM Me, because there was
I'm gonna look at this. PM Me.
Yeah, somebody in a Facebook group had said, that was it. How do you get your graphic designer and developer to talk to each other? Your freelance graphic designer, freelance developer. Tons of people said, PM me, PM me, PM me, PM me, PM me. I was lying on the sofa, the phone in my hand, watching a really crap movie. I got bored of it, and I started writing a reply to them on my phone. Just started, and before I knew it, I had to go back and put bullet points, because I'd written so much, and space it, and I was 12 bullet points. I can't remember what it was, but it was a lot. And I just sent it, and I put my phone down. Then he PM'd me.
Engaged in the community, and
yeah, so he was like,
it's reciprocal.
Yeah, he was like, "Dude, thanks very much," and what such and such. Could have got to the point where "Oh, hey, look, we'll just hop on a call and chat about it if you want." So everyone else was like, maybe they could help them, but they didn't. They said, "PM me."
PM me. That's wild.
I was like, flipping hell, what is wrong with people?
Just help the guy out.
Yeah, and be seen helping the guy out, be seen to have the knowledge, show other people might learn from it and go, "Hey, that Aidan guy seems to know his stuff." Everyone's like, "Oh no, that PM me and I'll tell you in secret." It's like, what are you doing? So help people in public, be seen helping people, be seen by the group owner to be helping people, and before you know it, balls start rolling. Yeah. And you can't turn it off after a while. You've got enough
free value.
Yeah.
This is something I recently heard. I'm connected with this sales guy. His name is Ned, and he's from the UK, but he lives in Singapore now. And so I was talking to him. I'm like, "How do you, what's your advice, basically?" And he was like, especially on LinkedIn, what he does is he replies to 200 posts a day. He comments on 200 posts a day, and he still does regular posts, because I think he can afford to. He's kind of retired, and he can just do whatever he wants. But he said that most of his engagement just comes from him replying to people. He said, give back more than you want.
Yeah. Okay. So I've got a story on that as well. So last week, one of these guys who had been a Google Ads student, small group coaching student. Mm-hmm. So connected on LinkedIn, when he posts, I make sure to try and go in and like it and reply to it, because I can see him and he's trying to get more roofing clients and stuff. and I just want to try and help because whatever. And so he posted something, and I was like, oh, hold on, I had that problem this morning. This is how I fixed it. And someone else was like, look, if your clients can't create a Google Ads account, then you've got bigger problems. And I'm like, not necessarily.
No, I think those are the perfect clients. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, and if they can't hop on a Zoom screen share with you, if they can't figure that out, then they are big. You're big. And I was like, no, I didn't like shoot him down. I said, not always. Sometimes they're like tradespeople, not tech savvy, don't want to be tech savvy. It's not their thing, and I'd like to bend over backwards and help them.
Yeah, that's where we step in.
Yeah, exactly, and that's where we step in, helping, blah blah blah. And then it was so funny. This older guy, who's a carpet cleaning business owner, once I looked at his profile, because he replied to me sort of, but he didn't. He replied to the main thread, but I could see he was talking to me, but so he didn't. It's just not a native on LinkedIn. It was a less nested thing, and he could have replied in there, but he didn't. He replied. And he was like, oh, I really appreciate it. Not everybody is like that, blah, blah, blah. Then he messaged me. Oh, no, he said, like, Andy, I'm trying to message you, but we're not connected. I was like, okay. So I sent him a connection request, and then he's accepted, and then they can message each other. So he didn't know how to do that even. And then he was like, big, long thing, very polite. I'm just like, I've had this Google Ads agency, but like saw nothing for 3 months, just wasted a load of money, no communication, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to do this, trying to do that. What can you do? And I'm like, so I was like, yes, this is what you should do, and here's a video you should watch, and blah. And like, he's come back again, a few days. Thanks very much. Like, what is it you need from me if we were to, to see if you could help us? So I've sent him off to go, look, either download all your search terms and send it to me if that's something you're comfortable doing, or we could just do a screen share. That came from me replying to somebody else, and somebody who either follows that person or whatever. So I'm like, whoa, all I'm doing is just bounce around, trying to help people. People see that I'm helpful. They could check. They also see the tiny snippet of your bio headline. That's why you put Google Ads guy or Google Ads geek to the left, so they see that and they don't see the rest of it because there's not enough there's too many characters.
Right.
Like, oh, look, there's a Google Ads guy, and he's helpful. He has this belief that not all tradesmen should know how to use Zoom or whatever. Sounds like a decent guy, right? All right. So that's one thing. And the other is, imagine your target market, your ideal clients are dental practice owners, and there's somebody on LinkedIn or YouTube or Facebook who is their thought leader, their poster boy. He's managed to create 10 million a year thing with like loads of dental practices, and he doesn't have to spend so much time in the business and blah. And they're all, oh my God. Right. So he's got a load of followers who are dental practice owners. They're all right. So he posts something like as the thought leader. The community on LinkedIn is in the comments.
Right.
They're all chatting amongst each other. Oh yeah, I hate when you have clients like that. Yeah, don't you just blah blah blah. That's just all happening there. So that's where they all are. They've gathered themselves there. If you had something to say, you could be in there also replying. Nothing wrong with that. Oh yeah, he said you need to do such and such. And you could, somebody's just said, oh yeah, oh God, it's such a hard thing trying to connect that with that. Oh, I could like, and then you don't say, oh, I could do that, PM me. You say, look, all you have to do is go to this. Yeah, look, I recorded a quick video for you. And they were like, oh my God, you recorded a quick video on thank you so much. That's amazing. And a few other people, oh my God, Aidan, that's brilliant. I didn't know you could do that. And that's it. So you found them all chatting, all the ones who engage and are chatty. And if they check out your profile, and it doesn't say, I help dental practices, blah, blah, blah. You just say, or maybe it does, but like you could say specialist in that software or automation specialist. And they go, oh, look, it's a genuine guy. Like, so if somebody reaches out to me and I look at their profile and they say, LinkedIn outreach specialist, I'm like, oh, really? It's like LinkedIn automation specialist.
I've seen so many of these, yeah.
Cold calling, ninja. It's like, oh God, dude, I'm not 12. I'm not a ninja anymore. I'm not interested in being ninja. Like, there's that stuff going on. So there you go. That's kind of how you could get in with that sort of without any permission. Yeah. They will gather themselves behind the thought leader.
The money is in, they've already gathered.
Who already has your clients? Keep thinking of that. Who already has your clients? Where are they spending the money? What software and tools are they spending the money on already? Or who has gathered them all together? Who's following? Who are they following? Sorry. Yeah, and I even chatted to a potential client this morning, and I was saying to them, right, so who do all the horse trainers or the people who have stables, who do they follow? What channels do they follow on YouTube? Because literally you could create an ad and say, we want our ad to only show on videos on that channel.
I'm curious. I want to look this up now. I want to see who's the horse trainer person.
Yeah, but it might not just be horse trainer. There might be a channel where they get all the news, or a channel where they get, the trailers that they use. Stuff like, horse trailers. Here's the latest, and it's like it's only 700,000. This one. It's like, oh my god, that's so cheap. Ugh. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up, but
it really is. Yeah, there really is a niche for everything. I mean, there's tons of videos on the horse training niche.
Yeah,
this is nuts.
Right. So if they want to reach people who own horses, there we go. Who already has your clients?
Who already has your clients? Ads. So the money is in the communities and the comments. It's not in
comment section.
Crank out a bunch of content about stuff.
Yeah, no, do that. No, you have it on there for when you go and reply.
Like as your landing page. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you can figure it out, and maybe I will do one day with Notebook LM with all my content in it now. It can tidy up all that rambling and pull out succinct things I could post. I'm like, whoa, and that's how I can use AI to create content, but it's summarizing my content. It's not pulling stuff out of thin air. Then I can get it to create slide decks and infographics, explainer videos on topics. I've got like 390 odd, I don't know, 600 articles in it, podcasts and whatnot.
Yeah,
I can literally say create a 5-page portrait slide deck to explain why Google Ads is a good tool to gather market intelligence rather than just buy traffic, and it will find that theme and create me an infographic on it. Then I can do a different one on a different theme. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. So I could start doing that sort of thing, where I'm starting to appeal to business owners and creating content and go from stage 1 to stage 2 of using LinkedIn.
Yeah, but I'm for me, I guess I'm not like there yet.
It's going to be hard to get it going, and you don't need to. You can do a lot with just word of mouth referrals. It's when you want to scale and really get more. But then even me scale and get more, I've been talking to a developer. I've got my handbrake on, because if I get loads of inbound, I end up the way I do it, I end up on an hour-long call looking through their account. I ain't got the time. It's just too. And then I have to build all the campaigns, not by hand. I have tools, but it's still. But if I had a lot of that automated, then I could just throw more in, couldn't I, the top end? In which case, then I could put more content, put ad spend behind it, and actually become a LinkedIn ads specialist. Crap, I'm not going to offer that as a service, but I could figure that out. I could figure out the YouTube or whatever,
Interesting. Okay. All right. I think it's all really good to keep in mind, because I've been so freaking out over like, oh, I need to like LinkedIn content every day. For some reason, I thought that was because
I never finished my thought. Sorry. So when you're saying I need to do this, I need to do that, blah blah blah, catch yourself and go, "Ooh, is that a limiting belief?"
Yeah, right.
When someone else is saying you need to do this, you need to do that, either they have that limiting belief, so that's why they believe, you need a website to do, or you need to post every day because they actually genuinely believe it, or they're selling you something because that's the way they do it. Yeah. That's the way they do it. So they say, I don't tell people you need to create ads like this, because there's other ways of doing it that can work. Right. Not as well.
I must have messed up along the way somewhere, because I think when I first started using LinkedIn, I just started adding like I'm like, oh, these people look like they know what they're doing. Like they look like they know what they're doing. They look impressive. They have a lot of followers and people talking. And I guess along the way, I never really realized like that's their agenda. Like their whole agenda is this. Like they're like LinkedIn post people. Like that's
they sell a LinkedIn ghostwriting service or a LinkedIn how-to course on how to do LinkedIn. Like a lot of what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, but it's just not for it's not for us. Like that's not. Yeah.
I was following quite a few of them, and then I was like, my whole feed is full of this stuff, and I got rid of it. And it's like, well, what do I want to see?
What do I want to see? Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I don't even bother looking at my feed.
Yeah, maybe I just should just stop looking at it.
Yeah. No, I look at it just to see what kind of is going on.
Yeah.
But it's really kind of dull. Wow.
I think Substack might be a better alternative, honestly.
No, I would say LinkedIn. Right, here's the advantage of you post. When I posted something on LinkedIn, got 250 replies, maybe 250 likes on it, or 5. I can't remember the numbers. I could look at each person who liked it.
True.
Yeah. On Substack, you can't look at, even on YouTube, you might have like 20 likes.
You don't know who they are.
You don't know who they are. But on LinkedIn, you get to know their professional background.
That's true.
You can go, oh my God, the head of that newspaper for this whole country liked my post. Oh my God, I'm going to reach out to them. Yeah. Or I'm going to hey, send a message. Hey, thanks for liking my post. Whoa, it's like it's crazy. You could actually do that. That's what I do in the forum. Whenever someone follows me, the last 11 years or 10 years, I've always sent a message. Hey, thanks for following.
That's pretty good. I just went and followed you on the forum right now.
Oh, right, there you go. So I'll do that. Yeah. So at the beginning, you can do stuff that doesn't scale, and that's your advantage.
Do stuff. Yes, I remember this phrase. That's important.
Yeah. So if somebody likes your post, you can literally DM them. Hey, thanks for liking my post. Really appreciate it. I really appreciate you Lee reading. If you always start with thanks for, sets a tone for everything, because you're like, well, what am I thanking for? Oh, thanks for reading and liking my post. And then they go. You just leave it at that. There's no pitch. They'll be like, oh no, it's cool, or you're welcome. In which case, end of conversation. Or they might be like, yeah, no, I really agree. And the blah blah blah. Conversation's going. Someone replies. You reply in the thread, so they see the reply, and then you DM them. Hey, thanks for the reply. I really appreciate it. And they'll be like, yeah, I'm the same. I'm just trying to get going. I can't figure out LinkedIn. Before you know it, we're on a call trying to figure out LinkedIn together.
That's pretty good. Maybe I should go back and message all the people that liked my previous post.
You'll just do it going forward.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, here's another strategy. My goodness, it's good. I got this from a lady called Rachel Miller. Miller on Facebook. She's more of a Facebook person than LinkedIn. And she calls it 100 perfect people. If what you want to do is find the people following accounts similar to yours who reply and share those posts because they're engagers and sharers. Because some people just lurk and read, but don't really even tick the whatever. And some people, that's their profile.
Right.
They like to reply, they like to share, they feel proud to have shared a thingy to their network. And if you can then reply to them, get in a conversation with them, and then they follow you, then when you post, what do you think is going to happen?
I see. I've heard of this. I think I was listening to a podcast where they were talking about this. It was a completely different thing. It was about it was a founder, and he founded this product, and it was like in the early days, and he was like, how'd you get traction in the early days? And he said, we find super spreaders, and these are people that are crazy at, they're always going to shout out your thing, and they've got like a ton of followers themselves. Like that one person is worth like 50 other people. And if you can find that person and get them to do it, then
that's what Rachel Miller was on about. And if you can get 100 of those people following your account,
then you're gold.
And then the thing that you post stuff so that they want to share it because it makes them look good in their network sharing it. Look, I found something really clever. You should read this, or this is really funny.
I was hearing about they call it a bookmark bait. Is what they were calling it.
Oh, okay, that's an interesting one. Yeah, but the reason people share stuff is it makes them look good to their network. That sounds really bad.
No, you're right though. Like that's exactly how it is. Yeah.
It sounds like the motives are, but and it's also why people will be happy to introduce you if they believe you're not going to screw up and be rude to somebody, they'll like there's 4 things that make you referable. This is from Dan Sullivan, a business coach. 4 things. 1, you have manners. You say please and thank you. Just like you're not rude.
Yeah.
2, you show up on time. Actually, that one might be first. You show up on time.
Or just
3,
show up.
yeah. Well, show up on time.
Yeah.
It's so rare. Or you answer the phone, you show up on time. 3, you do what you say you're going to do. Or you let them know if things are slipping and why, and I can't turn up on time because like the traffic, or I've got another client to go to, their boilers burst. Oh no, don't worry about it, jeepers. I'll try and catch you on the way. No, it's all right. Come tomorrow. It's fine. Right. So people like that. And then 4, the last one is be competent. Okay. So I'm not gonna
make sure you follow through.
I'm not gonna recommend the best plumber in the world to my mother-in-law if he's like a Robin. He's going to like overcharge her. He's rude. Won't turn up on time. I'm going to recommend to somebody who's nice, friendly, good manners, turns up on time, because people have to like, they're just going to stress out. I'm going to stay home at this time. And you assume, because they say they're a plumber, that they can do the job. So when you say I'm doing Google Ads, people assume you can do Google Ads. You don't have to be the best in the world or prove you're the best in the world. You just have to have manners, show up on time, do what you say you're going to do, all those things. And then be competent, and they assume you're going to be competent.
Interesting.
So people have it kind of the other way around. They think they have to be have done all the courses and blah and all this. That's actually for their own confidence. People don't. Nobody's ever asked me what courses I've done. Like,
that is a trap that I have thought of myself, and I'm like, oh, I'm not ready. Like I'm not ready.
Okay, you need to watch that video.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm not ready for this. Like one of my, even though I did get clients on my own like perfectly fine and was able to kind of figure it out, still had that lingering feeling of like, oh, I'm not ready. But
okay, watch that video.
Yeah.
The thread is called Start Faster, Stop Learning.
Start faster, stop learning. Let me find this thing. Start fast. Here it is. Man, you've posted a lot. Wow. Oh man. Okay, here it is. Get
business.
I have found it.
There you go.
Yeah.
This would be, you know what? Is there any? I don't think there's anything in confidential or whatever. Just grab this. We just post it on your channel, my channel, whichever.
Yeah.
Drop it into the forum.
We'll do yeah, that'll work.
In case anybody wants to watch a 2 hour,
2-hour call. Yeah. No, this has been an amazing call, by the way. This has been very insightful.
But we can create the transcript. We can upload the transcript to an AI and allow people to chat to the transcripts.
Yeah, for sure.
Isn't that mad?
I have a thing I used to do it with. It's called like Whisper. I can feed it into that, and it'll spit out a transcript for us. I did want to ask. Oh no, that's antithetical. That question doesn't make any sense anymore, because we just said I was going to ask you where do I start with Google Ads, but I guess the answer to that question is just don't, like, just go, just like
find a client.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a paying client. Find somebody who wants to do it. You go, yeah, I'll take it on. And then all of a sudden you'll be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm responsible now for your 10 or a day budget or 20-day budget or something. I'm responsible now. So now you're going to, all of a sudden it becomes, and then it's just in time learning. It's like, well, japers, what do I do now? What is the first thing? It clears, it stops you from going, I have to hit the books and do the courses and whatnot. It's like, okay, I need to, right. So it just clears things, because it's somebody's money you're dealing with.
Yeah, now something's on the line. I mean, I love learning in real time. I love just messing around with stuff, but I guess messing around with stuff and it's someone else's money is going to be like,
tell you how you start. It's in my signature. Try AI Andy. I'll put it in my signature.
Okay. Wait, your signature? Or I haven't used the form in a long time. I'm sorry.
Right at the bottom of a post, it will have my signature.
Oh, okay.
That's my notebook incarnation. It'll change probably, but at the minute, that's what it is.
Oh, you have a lot of links. All right. Which
bottom right one.
Bottom right. Bottom right. Is it Try AI Andy? Is that one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm here.
Just a questionnaire.
Yeah, and then I'll put in my my info real quick.
Actually, and I even have a progress thread on that as well.
Oh, okay.
Building AI Andy.
Would you like to be emailed? Yeah, sure. We did a call.
Here we go. So funny.
What kind of businesses are
Look at that 2.5 hour call to get him to sign up to it.
No, it's in the back of my mind. Like, this is a discovery call, isn't it?
No, okay, I've written that down. Do not use that word.
Yeah, the
Just
words
don't use that.
discovery call.
Don't
Like,
call it a discovery call.
yeah, it's just a
Let's have a
chat.
chat.
We're just chatting. We're just
Have a
having a
chat.
yeah.
Honest to God, you just say, hey, look, I'm happy to have a chat over Zoom. Do a quick screen share. Look at your doodah, and then you don't discovery. You just chat. My God, idea extraction, discovery call. It's like, my God, you're dealing with people.
It sounds
Just chat
yeah.
to them.
Now
It's
that
just
you
all
put it like
weird.
that, it sounds so. It does sound so like predatory when you put it like that.
Yeah, it's like, what are you talking about? Just like diesel and coffee. Go meet them, have a coffee.
Should
That's
should I
it.
fill out all the points of the
It's up
form?
to you. I've said, literally, I've said you can fill in as much as or as little as you want.
Since we've already talked, I'm just gonna submit it.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Go for it.
yeah, okay, here we go. All right, and here's the link to the notebook. Oh wow, you have a lot. All right. Escape. What is Escape the Batcave? This is crazy.
Oh yeah, I asked it to create some infographics, and they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I just asked it, and you might even be able to see what the prompt was. I don't know.
To action. My Batcave is a literal Batcave. I live in my parents' basement. Like that is it's. I've been in my head so much, so it's like speaking directly to me here.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can actually talk to it as well. You should be able to chat to it. Say, how do I get started with Google Ads?
How do we start with Google? Yeah, this is great. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be playing around with this for a good bit.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks for showing me this. And yeah,
Get
I guess
back
that's
in
the
the forum.
flywheel. You know, I'll get better at this, and then I'll recommend you to other people at some point. Yeah, no, this has been great. Let me see. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'll ask a question.
Right.
How
You do. Oh, cool. Go for it.
How do we escape the Batcave? There we go. Getting the gist. Consulting your sources. Oh wow. Oh. It's really thinking. Okay. Yeah, stop action faking. Yeah, it's what we talked about. Yeah, that's perfect. How can I make a sale this week? Yeah, it all just comes down to sales. Helping one person at a time. Yeah. This is great. Awesome. Yeah,
It's basically just how I talk in the forum.
Yeah. It's like literally just you here. Yeah, that's awesome.
But it doesn't talk like me. It's like an encyclopedia replying, or a librarian.
Which is good because I think it should be neutral and you should be like reading it like a book.
Sort of. But when I'm in the forum, if somebody says something, I often ask I asked Gemini what I do, because I'm like, I wouldn't reply that. This is how I replied, and I screenshot and posted. And it went, oh, you ask Socratic questions. I'm like, what are they? It's like, do you really need to do that? Are you sure you really need to do that? What about helping someone instead of building the thing? So it doesn't do what I kind of lead people to them figuring something out. Whereas this is what Andy says.
Here it is. Yeah,
which is not quite the same.
Yeah. Well, I suppose there's always the real you. But
no, I'll figure it out. I'll get it to be more like what I do. So
yeah. I'm sure with more data it'll probably figure it out.
Not with more data, I think with more instructions and possibly Notebook LM.
More adjustments.
But you see, but Notebook LM, you see the how it can create the slides and the things. It's really good at that.
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
Okay. So right, dude, I'm gonna head to bed.
Yeah, sorry if this took so long, but amazing call. I'm gonna be I'll probably upload this to YouTube so we can do something with it. And do you want to call again at some point? I don't know when you're.
Yeah, you have to play with all that stuff, and let us know how you're getting on with getting your first client.
Yeah. Or I guess.
And it doesn't have to be Google Ads. Just because I do Google Ads, it's like. God.
I kind of want to start with Google Ads actually as sort of a wedge here, because I feel like it's a great wedge. It's like it's like, here's how you directly improve your business, and then like while I'm in there, I can like do upsells. I can be like, oh, like I noticed this doesn't work so well, and we can automate that
You
sort of
can
thing.
right. So but there's a tip. Don't always think of it as an upsell. It could be that it just makes your service better and better and better and stickier, so they stay longer
That's good.
and need less support from you. There's less like, Aidan, it wasn't so good this week. You know, I mean, I had to spend. It's like you don't hear from them, and they just stay for years. So it could be that, and then so it's just that you're increasing the results for them constantly. They don't necessarily need to know how or why, whatever you're doing. It's just increasing the results, and as the more and more results, better results they get for the same ad spend or whatever it is, the more likely you're going to stay, more likely you're going to tell people, you know. But yeah, it could be that you say, hold on, how are you managing this? How many leads? I don't know how many leads. Okay, you need to implement some sort of
We got a CRM, and
yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I see
They'll be
where
like,
that's going.
what do you mean? You show them one. Okay, well, look, we can implement that. And then, yes, that is an additional thing.
Let's
But
build this
it's
out
not
for you.
always an upsell. Sometimes it's like you make your service so much better ROI for, for them
Yeah.
that they stay longer. And that's how you get more money out of it.
It helps you, helps them. It's your subline here. Help people get paid, help more people. It's my early days on the forum. I'm glad I can like speak this language now. My
Yeah.
early days on the forum, I didn't even know what a lead was. Like I didn't know, because I had read MJ's book in high school, right?
Yeah.
And the only conceivable thing I was thinking of at the time um was making products. Like I thought that what I had to do was like make products and sell them online. And sure, you can do that, but it's not exactly the fastest path in the world to making a good deal of money. And I feel like once I learn the languages of, I guess, service-based businesses, we can
Yeah.
have a discussion now. Like I know
Yeah.
what all of this means now.
Yeah, it's funny. It was when I was walking the dog with my son, he was trying to remember the word. I said leads. He goes, yeah, that was it. Because if I ask a trade, how many leads did you get last week? They're like, what's a lead?
What's a lead? Yeah.
Yeah. I just say, how'd you get on last week?
Yeah. How are you doing? Yeah.
Well, what we do is every week, it's like week commencing Monday, the 12th of January, 26. You had 18 visitors for €30 last week. How do you get on? I've just put the ball in the court. How do you get on? I'm not saying how many inquiries you get, how many leads, how many phone calls, how many this. It's like, how do you get on? Because they might go, oh, I had one call, but my God, it was a 700 grand, drainage, like water damage restoration. Yeah, I want to know. Or it might be like, I had 10 phone calls, but bloody hell, they're all tire kickers with a pain in the bum. Or like 3 were out of the area. Like, what's happening there? Oh, okay, let me check that. I just want them, but like not all of them call them leads. Remember one time meeting a window repair guy, he goes, well, how do I pay you? And I said, well, no, you can pay as a flat monthly fee. No, I said, well, you can pay per lead. And he's like, what's a lead? I was like, or you could pay a flat monthly fee, like you're paying for Yellow Pages, but then you pay the variable ad spend to Google direct. That way, you know exactly how much has been sent to Google. And if there's a riot and more windows are broken, you get more phone calls and higher spend. And if there isn't, it was like, okay, let's do that. So I didn't even answer what lead was. He said, what's a lead? I said, you can pay me a flat fee. There you go. So
I was about to find out about that when I
yeah,
working on
so
this.
some call them jobs, some call them cases, like a law firm call it probably cases, jobs.
Yeah.
Did you get any work last week? Did you get any jobs last week? Do you have any phone calls whatever language? They do use slightly different language.
When I was talking to that insurance agent, I was like, how many leads do you get? And they were like, yeah, I didn't even think about this at the time. They're like, what is a lead? And I was like the people you work with. Oh, they're like, oh, cases, and that was their word for it. I didn't understand that.
There you go.
Yeah.
But you'd learn that if you had like 3 clients, and then you'd become a guy who just focuses on that. You'd know their terminology. So really.
They are terrible clients, by the way. Like they have no money to spend. They're not.
Yeah. There is some industries that it's just not good clients. Yeah. Right, dude. I'm gonna head to bed.
Yeah. Go ahead. I gotta eat dinner because I just got back from Toronto and my head is killing me.
Fair play to you listening to me for 2 hours.
No,
2.5 hours.
This has been a great call. Thank you for your time. And we should definitely talk again soon.
Okay. Speak to you later.
Yeah, for sure.
Brilliant.
All right, I'll hit you up on Can I message you on LinkedIn? Is that what you use?
Yeah.
Okay. We could do WhatsApp as well. I also have a WhatsApp. I can send you
Yeah.
those too.
All right. Cheers, mate. Bye.
All right, see you later.